And welcome to Idle Champions Presents The Unfair Seas, Episode 2, The Sailmaker's Storehouse. If you were with us last week, thank you for coming back. You might realize that perhaps it was due to excessive blasphemy of Umberlee, which Mark Meer pointed out the goddess of the oceans is apparently also the goddess of streams. We were beset by a number of tech snafus that hopefully won't repeat this week, but you know what? If they do, we'll roll with it and just make it happen. As you know, your votes in Idle Champions directly impact the flow of our narrative here, and vice versa. Pending what you vote is going to affect your game as well. So let me start off with just a couple of the votes this week that will affect the whole game. So I'll tell you up front, and the rest of them we'll kind of see as they come along. So tonight, thanks to you voting in Idle Champions, the winner of the D6 inspiration to all their roles will be Havilar. So Havilar, D6 to everything, any rolls that you make today.
Thank you, players.
Thank you all. And also, thanks to you, Black Viper will receive inspiration on the roll of her choice. So somewhere along the way, you got an extra D20 in your back pocket. And you know what? Viper? I'm gonna sweeten the pot a little bit because, you know, this is Idle Champions and we go hard.
Oh, yeah?
I will let you use it like one instance of luck. So you can replace your attack roll or a savings throw of anyone you can see. I'll let you use it for that. So, you know, more than just regular advantage, it'll be like super advantage.
Just give me that one do-over, that one sweet do-over.
Literally one take backsies. Literally one. Yes. All right. So then let's see, covering a few things. The vote for next week's episode, by the way, starts tonight. So it's 7 o'clock. Once we're done here, log into Idle Champions, weigh in, get some perks for yourself. Again, there's other things that have happened, but we'll get to them over the course of the episode. Also tonight, we're having a giveaway of 2 Idle Champions chess codes. One I'm going to tell you right now, and one I will tell you after the break. It's almost like we want you to stick around to the very end. The first chess code, I am not even going to attempt to spell out. The mods can drop it in chat, but I will tell you it spells out Luke's acid arrows. So put in your code there as Luke's acid arrows, and you will have typed it in correctly there, named after the man himself. And like I said, the second one will be revealed after the break. Another thing that I did not get a chance to tell you last week was we're giving away new unreleased Icons of the Realms Boneyard standard booster boxes. These have not come out yet. It so happens I have them myself. They are incredibly dope. So if the mods would please drop a link into chat to enter that drawing, we will announce the winners at the end of the show. Again, last week, Umberlee was not kind to us, and I didn't get to tell you who won last week. It was Frederick Young, Fred Fagan, and Chad Dunbar. All won WizKids, Icons of the Realms, Boneyards, blister packs last week. Booster boxes. You know, marketing is important, y'all. Booster boxes. And some more lucky people, 3 lucky people, will win more today. Last but certainly not least, Ariza is available now to join your formation in Idle Champions, and the Pirate Havilar, Pirate Baloth, and Pirate Ariza skins are all available now. Now, that being said, perhaps we should meet these beautiful people and find out who you are that it is that is taking this adventure with us. And just because I just watched Vivka take a bite of something, I'm going to start with her. Vivka, who are you and who are you playing?
That's so cruel.
And it's dry.
This is the Erin Burr, who shot Alexander Hamilton. No.
I'm sitting here like, I know usually you're not supposed to eat on the stream, but I'm just so hungry and everyone here is so friendly.
No, this is a happy occasion. Please feel free to partake. Just a monster like me might instantly be like, say something right now, though. So there you go.
Hello, everyone. I am Vivid Vivka. I am playing the chaotic and delightful Esvele Rajna, aka the Black Viper, and I am currently eating banana bread that my mother baked and sent me for my birthday.
Oh.
That has got to be +1 to saves in Constitution, Mom's banana bread, I think.
Yeah, does it? Does
no,
it?
it doesn't. It doesn't actually. But maybe we can set that up as a vote for the stats in Mom's banana bread later on.
I feel really bad. It's not really dry. Mom, your bread is wonderful. I'm sorry.
Wonderful.
It's not actually dry.
Delightful. Let's go around the horn here. We will come to you next, Luke.
Hi, my name's Luke Gygax. I'm son of Gary Gygax. I've been gaming pretty much all of my life. This is my earliest memories. Today I'll be playing Melf, one of my first characters. Outside of gaming, I'm a soldier and run a convention called GaryCon, which is coming up this month.
Excellent. Definitely tune in for GaryCon. You might see some of us there again. I don't know. Maybe. Erin?
I'm Erin M Evans. I am the co-host of Champions of Lore. I wrote the Brimstone Angels saga for Forgotten Realms, and I play Cecilia in Dungeon Scrawlers. But tonight I'm playing Havalar, a bouncy tiefling fighter.
That was perfect, Erin. And I give you a hard time when you leave anything out because you leave out the things we do together. They're flawless. You did just record that one.
They all exist simultaneously.
That is true.
Champions of Lore, right?
It's not that. We just might have taken 6 months off of Dylan's life there by crossing that over there. Mr. Mark Meer.
Hello, I'm Mark Meer. I do voices in video games, and one of those voices that I did was Baloth the Entertainer in the old Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. So that's who I'm playing tonight, a drow sorcerer who really has some showbiz aspirations.
And last but certainly not least, speaking of showbiz aspirations, Krystina.
Hi. My name is Krystina Arielle, and I am playing Ariza, who is my first D&D character, and she is an Aasimar cleric bard. Not like right now is the first time, but she was my first ever D&D character, but now she's in Idle Champions. Also, Ariza and Baloth host a little show called Improvised Champions here on CNEGames, which is super exciting. And I'm very excited for you to do that. And I'm going to say excited one more time to say I'm also the very excited host of a show called Star Wars The High Republic show on the Star Wars YouTube. And I do a lot of stuff. If you go to my Twitter, you'll see all of it. And I'm going to be on Bardic Inspiration tomorrow with Jason Charles Miller. So don't forget to watch that because we're writing a song. Yay!
Definitely tune in because I was on last week and we made a song for Freely, which is incredible. And Jason will sing it again at the top of the episode. So you'll get like a double dose. You get a song about Freely and you get to write the song about Ariza and get to hang out with Krystina and JCM and Dylan. So there you go. You definitely need to show up now.
And a trifecta the week after I'm on with Melf.
There you go. That is in fact the trifecta. Now, one last thing. Normally, I would not say this to you all because the show must go on and we have to be seamless. Here's the reality. This is exactly my second time running everything, and my computer has freezed and crashed up once already. I think I fixed it. All praise be due to Umberly. If for some reason we just stop out of nowhere, we'll be right back. Now, with that being said, do I have a volunteer for the recaptain for what happened last week?
Well, as someone who does these kinds of things with my dear friend Baloth often, I figured I'd take a swing at it. Is it going to be accurate? Maybe. Is it going to be full of factual information about stuff that happened? Possibly. Am I going to tell you about my firsthand experience with some very delicious kebabs last week? Absolutely, because they were fantastic, and I'd like to thank Freely for setting it up so that Ariza got to watch the crab fights from up inside a box, but that was interrupted by murderous geese, but that's neither here nor there. Well, let's see. We're waiting for the ship, the Muskrat, and it must have, it showed up, must not have.
Just keep forcing it. You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in. We're done here. This has been Idle Champions, the Unfair Seas, episode 2. Yeah, we're just go play Idle Champions.
We were also under attack from Matron Hoysail, who is the head of the cult of Umberly, and she rolled into town with lots and lots of cultists intent on hurting us. We were actually in town, invited by Freely for Fleet's Wake to have a good time and relax, but they just can't let us be great because something always happens, as he decided to tell us after we had already arrived. But I am joined by myself, Havilar Melf, the Black Viper, and Baloth. And at the end of our last episode, we were in an intense battle with a wereshark, and everyone's going, and then the TV went, not the TV, but the stream went, and then we came back, and it's like, no, we beat the wereshark, but oh no, who's trapped outside? Freely and Zuni. What's gonna happen next? I don't know.
You know, that does pretty much cover it. Does anybody have anything else they would like to add to that quite thorough overview of what had happened last time?
Ooh, pick me.
Yes, please proceed, Black Viper.
I rolled a 37 in head scratches.
Those were some top tier head scratches. That is true. That is absolutely true.
It's the highest I've ever rolled, and it was for head scratches.
You know, anything over 30 is a quote unquote impossible task. So the fact that you all were able to, that you got that 37, that is like divinely ordained optimal head scratches.
Yeah.
Like arguably the greatest head scratches that have ever been given.
I feel like we got a bond now.
That's true.
And we met a Holophant.
Was that?
Yes.
You did meet a Holophant who disappeared before she told you her name. Maybe we'll find out what her name is tonight. I don't know. You also met a very nice, a very lovely beholder named Iris that gave Ariza some very useful showbiz info. Again, you should listen to Baloth. You're giving it away for free, darling. And yes, that more or less covers it. Showed up to see Freely, watched the crab fights. Abyssal geese came storming up out of the ocean that you realized had been poisoned and were under the effects of conjuration magic, but were not summoned. They were real geese. They were still under the effect of a conjuration effect of some sort. Havilar was given a gift by Freed Drabik.
Magic snack box.
Magic snack box. Yes. I cannot say it, actually. I try, and I literally chew on this word every time. The abracadabra.
I think it's abracadabras.
I think it's the abracadabra. Yes, that. You got that. The magic snack box. That is true. Again, in the spirit of cooperation between evil deities, as one does. He serves Umberly. You as a tiefling are a child of Asmodeus. And so it just seemed like the right thing to do. In the process of trying to figure out where these geese came from, you did in fact track those cultists, including Freed Drabik himself, back to the shrine of Umberly. In the midst of all the conflict, the door slammed shut, trapping Freely and Zuni outside, and you all did battle with the cultists when Freed himself turned into a wereshark who almost got Baloth to switch this close. And in the process of having defeated him, the altar of Umberly came to life, doing something terrible. And with that, let us re-enter combat. Now, I apologize. I have looked everywhere, and I cannot find where I took down initiative last time. So let's just roll it again. Oh, one last thing before I roll. I have to show my incredibly beautiful Idle Champions D6 there, you know, that Erin M Evans hopefully has nearby to roll for hers. If not, any old D6 will do.
I will grab them when I go inside later.
It's just, well, I didn't have mine last week, so we're even. Yes, but it is beautiful. That being said, yes, please give me initiative to rejoin the fight with the remaining cultists. And
Wolf has a 10.
All right, hold on 1 second, because you would think with all that talk about dice that I just gave, I would have had mine more handy. I thought I was ahead of schedule here, having my Idle Champions dice. I lost track of the fact that I need other ones too. And let me pull this up. That is one other unfortunate byproduct of everything having crashed. I had everything loaded up and professional-like, and my computer was like bold of you to assume that it's going to be here when you come back. So, all right. Did I hear that was a 10 from Melf?
19.
All right. Hold on here. We got Melf 10, Ariza 19, Baloth
11.
11, Viper
12.
All right. Havilar.
5.
a
I
lot.
wasted a 20.
A lot's happening right now. A lot's happening.
Maybe I didn't waste it. Maybe this will be.
Oh, I forgot to add my initiative bonus.
Yeah, please do.
21.
21 for wow, Viper. That all right.
Bonus.
That is a significant. Well, you know, she
Plus 9. That's. I went to art school. Yeah, that's 21.
she is a rogue of action. Okay, let me just arrange all of you all here.
I'm impressed. I'm not arguing. I'm just loud.
I mean, that is the reaction that the Black Viper tends to get from people here. Okay.
Yeah, me going, oh wait, no, that's not right. Hold on, let me do it again. Okay, there it is.
Now, to recall, as you all came into the Shrine of Umberlee is generous. It is a small, relatively ramshackle building that is made out of reclaimed flotsam and jetsam and seawood and things of that nature, that is kind of like hastily constructed into an altar of Umberlee. And in the corner, there is an altar that has the twin wave symbol of Umberlee that was bubbling consistently. There were etchings and carvings in the wall that when you were looking, you noticed there was a secondary image that was kind of etched in that you didn't quite have a chance to investigate before the cultists attack you. I just bring that up again because who knows, maybe it's going to prove to be relevant. However, as Freed Drabeck drops to the ground and collapses and begins to slowly and painfully turn back into his human form one last time, the altar begins to bubble and boil and roll over, and the water begins pouring out of it onto the floor, filling up to ankle height almost immediately. All of you give me charisma saves.
Ooh. Charisma. It would have to be charisma.
I mean, Melf's a looker. We've established that.
Am I 20 to, or the D6 to the saves too?
Yeah, D6 to everything. Every time you roll a 20 today, you add an extra D6.
A 17 for Melf.
17 for Melf. Oh, yes, Viper.
9.
That's a 9 for Viper.
With my bonus.
Baloth?
21.
21, Ariza?
24.
24, and Havilar.
21.
As this water starts rushing out onto the floor, you all sort of tense up and panic, not knowing what it is, where Viper, you are drowning. You begin to cough and gag, and you all see water starts pouring out of Viper's lungs as if she actually is drowning. And she's like, although the rest of you appear to be unscathed. Now, it is going to be the bad guy's turn because they did not get to act last time. And you see all three of them instantly descend on Viper. When she starts coughing and gagging, they're like, non-believer! And all three reach out and attack. Although, even in your reduced state, what is your AC, Viper?
15.
The Black Viper is still the Black Viper in distress, and you still manage to dodge one of them as they come for it and slash at you. Unfortunately, the other two seem to have much better luck, hitting you for 8 points and 5 points. Give it to you separately in case you have any sort of damage mitigation. And that brings us back around to the top when it is your turn, Viper. And you see the water is still spilling out of the altar and beginning to very slowly fill up the room.
You're making me do a lot of things at once here, buddy.
I'm a monster. If I'd had my way, I'd have waited for you to take another bite of the muffin, but here we are.
I was going to say, was the choking because of the bread?
No, it was gonna the fate decided that that's what was going to happen to them. You said you needed something to drink. Umberly provides. That's what I want you all to take from this, by the way. Umberly provides.
As they are leaping at me and screaming, non-believer, I'm going to be like, you didn't ask. I mean, can I actually do anything? I mean, how bad am I choking? I figure I would be kind of distracted with that.
You can. How it works out mechanically is they've got some advantages against you, is basically how it works out.
But I can still, duck and dive.
Yep. You're not hindered otherwise.
Whew. So in this area that we're in, looking around, is there any kind of rope situation, chain situation?
There is not. There is the shrine in one corner, and there is the altar to Umberly that you found them all sort of kneeling at when you came in. Besides that, this is relatively barren, very sparse in here. Okay. Although, this is a nautical theme thing. I'll give you some rigging and ropes hanging from the rafters. Why not? I feel like it fits the aesthetic. So yes.
I appreciate that.
If you're looking,
there's some fishnet on the wall and everything. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Unfortunately, I'm choking. That's something that I am very focused on. Okay. What I am going to do is, tell me if this would work. I am thinking about taking cunning action and going to a rope and a pulley system and getting upward.
Mm-hmm. You're looking to do some swash, buckle?
Yeah.
Is it just your intent just to leave, or are you trying to climb and then do something?
The choking has thrown me off so much.
That's why I really did it.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I don't want to give them an opportunity attack. So instead, I figure I have my rapier out. I dodge the one guy, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a flip. So it's pointing downward, and I'm going to, I'll use my, and I will stab them. I will stab one of them in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Roll it.
I will.
Also, Ariza's on deck for the record. Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
And I assume my crew is around me.
Yes, yeah, you have advantage.
All right, great. Well, then that's going to count for a sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm coughing, bring my sword up, toes come off, and I slash for I did the damage first. Whoops.
Yep. Got to see if you hit him.
That's fair. All right, so that is. Sorry, I forgot how to use all these things.
I understand. It's a lot.
There it is. Okay, now I've done it correctly. That's a 22 to hit.
That is enough. I can't even imagine.
I take a while to get there, but gosh darn, when I get there, I do it.
Sneak attack in the boot. Yep. And what was the damage?
18.
18 points of damage. You open a very large gaping hole in this man's foot. Just, but he is hopping on one leg, but still up and in the fight. Anything else?
Yeah, I am then going to go ahead and take my cunning action to hide. Wait, I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. It helps if I turn the microphone on when I say words. Which one of your group do you basically kind of try and jump behind?
I am going to... I think I'm going to dive behind Ariza.
Perfect. All right. Ariza, you see your roguish friend jump behind you, and it is your turn.
Yes. So would there happen to be, I don't know, 2 people in front of me somewhere?
No, I went behind you.
Well, not you, obvious.
Are you looking to do a line, or are you looking to do a cone?
Oh, I'm looking to do a line.
I would say you could catch any 2 of the 3 remaining people. Yeah. You can't get them all, but you can get any 2 of them.
Well, what if I want to catch them all?
That you got to go train first, You got to bring your red and white ball that I don't know if you have one there. Yeah, it's true. Baloth might. Who knows?
All right.
He does catch a lot of monsters.
This is true.
Well, luckily, I'm going to go for those two gentlemen, and I'm going to push Viper further behind me and obviously away from my pockets. You hear a sudden loud ringing in your ear. That damages all within a 10-foot sphere. If you fail a con saving throw, then feel the full power of my Shatter's blow. And I am going to cast Shatter.
You know what? A 10-foot sphere, I will say you can catch all three of them in a sphere then. And I'll even be nice enough that you don't catch your friends in it, you know, because Idle Champions presents the Unfair Seas as a happy occasion. We're having a jaunty adventure. So I will only mildly restrain my impulses. What is the save they need to beat to get out of the way of that?
All right, that con save is 16.
All three of them fail.
Yeah. All right. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 44 points of damage.
Ooh. Ariza, tell me how you destroy them and wreck their shrine here.
Ooh. So, as they're standing there and I sing this song, they're looking at me like, this is not the yawning portal, just relax. And as they're doing that, the music is going through all of their ears, and you see like a line of musical notes that go through their heads. And at that exact moment, they hear, like there's like a high note kind of shriek, and you see like notes like coming out of the side of their ears, but it's pain notes.
You all see the three of them go hurling backwards and smashing into the shrine that they were kneeled in front of, like broken and defeated, slumping down against the wall. However, the altar is still pumping out this fetid water over on the other side. Baloth, what was that it for Ariza, by the way?
I'm sorry?
Was that it for Ariza?
Oh, I would like to do this.
Let her brush the old wings off after having done this. Baloth, it is your turn. The enemies are defeated, but the altar is still pumping out this fetid seawater.
Did you say the altar seemed to have taken damage?
Not so far. So again, to set the scene a little bit, it's almost like imagine like a church where you have sort of the pulpit area over here, which is where they were all kneeled down, which Ariza has now destroyed. The shrine was at the other end of this room and is kind of sitting in a corner by itself, pumping out this seawater.
Well, it seems to be the source of our sorrows, so I think I'll hit it with something that always connects. Magic missile.
All
Upcast.
Right. How many beams are you going to shoot into it?
I'm going to upcast it at 2nd level for now. We'll see if this does anything first.
Perfect. Well, it does not miss, so go ahead and give me just your damage.
All right, so that will be, I believe, a total of 4 magic missiles, yes, at 2nd level?
Yep, mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. 5 with the first. Then 2.
Baloth, before you cast this, give me a charisma save.
$14.
As you hold your hand up and you point it at the altar, you just feel like you shouldn't do this. And off in the distance, you hear the rumble of a storm.
Oh, no offense. No offense, Umberlee.
You have beaten the save where you would not be incapable of attacking it. It's just something in you is like, should I do this? But you do have the free will to attack if you so decide.
Well, no one tells a chaotic what to do. Fire!
And
You idiot!
shatter
You
it
idiot!
into pieces. All of you give me one more charisma save.
I'm so mad at you right now.
I rolled a
20.
So mad at you right now.
20 number 2. Numero dos. That's like a 40. Yes.
A total 24 on
Perfect.
this charisma save.
19 for me.
19. Perfect. Ariza.
16.
16. Black Viper.
7.
Viper, as you open your mouth to yell at Baloth, just more seawater. As you all feel this wave of queasy seasickness, like you're all far travelers and you know what the deck of a ship in the height of a storm feels like, but the rest of you hold it together as Viper falls to her knees retching for a few more seconds, but it seems to go away after that. And in the pile of the busted up driftwood and the relics of the altar over there, there's coins, necklaces, like some things you can see were tossed to Ariza, or not to Ariza, to Umberly rather. You know, people make coin offerings to Ariza as well, just not these coins, just not these ones in particular. All of you can now give me either an Arcana or Religion check.
Why?
Just to see if you know something. That's all.
I more mean, why me?
I mean, Viper's been a lot of places. You never know.
18.
I'm rolling ridiculously well tonight. That is a 20.
Don't jinx it,
A
Heroesl.
total of 20.
I rolled
That's
a 9, so I'm like, it's magic something or other. You know, blah, blah, blah.
Ariza?
I rolled art and arcana. And I got a 19.
19. Hey! And what did you get there, Viper, just for the record?
I mean, for the record, I'm busy. I am choking. I am having issues. I rolled a 2.
A lot's happening. You're not interested in the providence of the altar at this exact second.
Yeah,
maybe
Religion, Arcana, take your pick. I am focusing on me right now. I am dealing with my issues.
You know, also, maybe you're dying and they don't seem to care. You know, like, whatever. That's cool. Like, you know, yeah.
Just working the turkey through. I'll get it.
You need like a healing word or something? You okay? You gonna be good?
Jump behind you for a reason.
Okay.
Melf, Ariza, and Havilar, as you are kind of inspecting the ruin of this altar, it very clearly resonates with divine magic, but you're pretty sure it is not the source of the magic. It is almost like a hand crank of water that pulls water up from a well. It is funneling magic that is originating somewhere else.
So there's a ley line, some sort of power nexus in this area, and this is just the device that is tapping into it. There's a well, and this is what's drawing it up from here.
Interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take a look at it with detect magic.
It does definitely resonate magic that is fading now that it is broken. However, you do detect a faint glimmer of something magical on Freed Drabek's body.
Ooh, let's go see. Oh, we forgot to loot the body.
That's
rookie mistake. All right, let's.
Do you have to loot every body we run across?
Yes.
I like to do that.
I'll let you do the rest, but there's something that's piqued my interest. I'll go into whatever pouch or pocket this glow is coming from.
You find 2 things on him. You find a journal that he had around like a leather string that was hung like close to his heart, so he couldn't misplace it, and a potion of spider climb.
Anyone? Black Viper, my apologies for the earlier near drowning. Why don't you take that?
Wait, am I still choking?
It passes after a few seconds. It feels like
I misunderstood. I thought I was still dying. I'm like, why is no one looking at me?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, again, like anybody who's ever gotten water up their nose at a pool, it feels like it's an hour and a half, but it's really like, 6-12 seconds until it passes.
Sweating lightly. I can feel like the heat coming up. I'm like, oh, the spider climb. Shoot. Thank you. Did you know that this actually ends up tasting like elderberry if it's done right? Thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. And as I put it, like I take a few steps away and put it in my pouch and just kind of sweep down and maybe just graze my hand against that altar and maybe grab a couple coins. You said necklaces, maybe something?
You do take some of the coins. Excellent. Yeah, there's about 50 gold worth of. I'd say the cultists have about 25 gold between all of them, and the altar had about 50 gold worth of coins and jewels, which again, you might recall as part of Fleet's Wake. That's one of the things you do. You throw coins and things into the water expressly as offerings to Umberly.
Can I try a perception?
Please slap them out of her hand.
Yeah, I was going to try a perception check to see if I noticed that happening.
Well, I'll go.
I
Yeah,
mean, are you gonna slide a handed viper? Like, are you doing it cool, or are you just walking over?
Oh yeah, like I said, I turned around and kind of like tried to do a thing, but I'm happy going.
No, then definitely your sleight of hand opposed by perception.
I rolled an 11, so I think I'm just like, ooh, Sharkman journal. I wonder what he wrote in this.
For fun, I still want to go ahead and try. Okay. Carrie, wait, that's a 26, 20, 24, 24. 24.
24. Ariza?
Yep.
Just
14.
basically is Melf Havilar, you're welcome to try.
Yeah, no, I got a 16. Oh,
Havilar.
I don't think you're supposed to touch those.
Oh, dear gods, were you taking some of the treasure from that shrine? I would assume it's cursed.
Do you want to curse? This is how you get cursed.
I was simply going to put it to good use for buying all of us lots of drinks later.
That's a good cause.
I'm just going to use Mage Hand to go over and like slap her hand.
You can make drinks at the magic box.
Fine. And I put most of it back. All right, fine. I'll put it. I'll put it back. I'll hesitate and I'll sigh. I'll put it down, and then as we're leaving, I'll go ahead and continue to count all of the money I made during those fake bets.
Roll for me percentile. Roll 2d10. Let's see what your haul was during the crab battles earlier.
We have a 17.
So you ended up with 17 gold overall. Free money.
Could have done better, but all right. I did what I could with the crowd that I had. All right.
Well, by the time you got there, a lot of the action had already happened. So, it's kind of wasn't really your fault there, Viper.
Excuse.
So, as
Sharkman
Journal, as you flip it open, Baloth, this guy was absolutely off his rocker. There is a lot of just frighteningly zealous terms written in there. You see a lot about following the will of Matron Heroesl. You see repeatedly he wrote the words, "I make these sacrifices in the name of the Wave Mother." And more than anything, the number one thing you take from it is these people are fanatics. Like they have come to Echo Bay for a specific reason, and it is nothing good.
I'll relay that to everyone. It's like, yeah, this thing, I wouldn't recommend reading this if you want to sleep anytime soon.
I wouldn't bring that with us either. Please make sure that does not leave this.
Actually,
I don't know.
I detect magic at will, so I just take a look at it. See, does it radiate magic?
The book doesn't. Seems like it's just his book.
Look, I'm not really a clue guy, but this has valuable clue written all over it.
I'm going to go over to the doors and swing them open because I'm sure I'm still hearing a lot of commotion on the other side.
Believe it or not, it is absolute silence on the other side.
What? No.
Where's Zuni?
Uh-oh. And Freely.
As you slide the door open, Freely and Zuni are gone.
Stand corrected.
Sorry, didn't we have 14 people? And Huh.
Howler is going to go out and just bellow for Zuni, which I won't do because I'll break your ears.
Like challenge accepted. Roll for me performance with advantage, Havilar. Let's see how mightily you bellow.
I also want to help her with that and go like, come get scratches.
This is like shaking the treat jar, you know, to trying to.
Yeah.
You all see Havilar holds her head back and yells for Zuni, and it sort of echoes for a moment because recall this was further over the coast. It's kind of just outside Echo Bay where this was, you know, the 20-minute walk back to town. And you don't hear anything except the distant crashing of the waves. And then a couple of moments later, an orange and green parrot wearing a tiny little pirate hat comes fluttering over and just lands on the ground and just looks up at you and goes, "Rot!"
That's Freely's parrot.
Yeah, I thought it was just part of his costume. I didn't know it was real.
"Rot!"
Huh. Is Freely trapped down the well?
And it kind of flutters over and just pecks your boot, Baloth.
Yeah, well, take us to him. Yes? Yes? Yes. Take us to Freely.
He can't understand you, but like, maybe I can help.
I mean,
Who says that?
That.
In a shower of sparkles and bubbles, that same little Holophant appears again, floating in midair, right in front of your face, Havilar. It's like,
Oh my
okay,
God.
so I feel like maybe we got off on the wrong foot last time because I was trying to do something and I
Did you
wanted
take
to.
my dog?
No, why would I just no? Today? No.
you take a lot of dogs.
But
You were messing with her and she's gone. And so is Freely.
okay, I didn't see what happened, but I believe Trievor saw it. That's his name, by the way. I don't know if you guys bothered to ask the parrot's name. His name is Trievor. Maybe he saw something. Maybe you just, Havilar, maybe you're just asking wrong.
Much like last time, I kind of pop up over Havilar's shoulder and my hand shoots out and I grab the thing by the neck again. We only ask questions that we want answers to. So we are asking you not what the little bird's name is. Where is the dog?
I feel like this is unnecessarily hostile. I'm very adorable.
Viper, enough. You know what? We want answers. You're hyper, but who are you? What?
Yeah, my name's Bubbles. As voted on by the players of Idle Champions.
It's a good name.
Her name is
Bubbles?
Bubbles. Yes.
What an excellent name, Bubbles.
Thank you very much, Baloth the Entertainer. I am known far and wide for doing other things that I usually deny, but today I'm here to help you. I have a vested interest in you helping you get your horse dog back because I like it.
Your horse dog is gone?
Eventually.
Zuni.
Zuni.
Yes.
Zune. What a beautiful name. Is that short for something?
Thank you. It is. It's short for Azunarella. I named her after the King of Cormier. It was a whole thing.
I don't know where that is, but that's a great name.
It's okay.
Listen,
I have
Bubbles.
my. Oh, go ahead.
I might be wrong, but I seem to recall something about Hollyphants having healing powers. Is that correct?
Yeah, one doesn't like to boast, but you. Oh, ooh.
Yeah, see this big shark bite here?
She immediately flies behind Havilar and she's like, "Did the wereshark bite him? Is he infected? Is he gonna turn? Is he gonna turn? He's gonna turn. I want to see him turn. Turn. Do it.
I mean, I also want to see that, but I don't think he got bit like that. No offense, but you'd be very cool as a wereshark.
Yeah, sadly, no. I mean, I'd really like to get in on that shark bandwagon. Those guys have their own week. The marketing possibilities.
That is incredibly true.
Who would? Why would they give them a whole week? Who would do a whole week about sharks?
I mean,
incredibly popular.
What are they doing the rest of the time? I mean, if they're sharks, I feel like they're like doing shark stuff like daily, aren't they? Like, why would the no?
Sharks live in our heart 365 days of the year, not just 7.
I have my knife, which I have like pointed on one of my gloved fingers, and I'm just like, turning it softly, being like, heals or information. I'm still waiting for either of those to happen.
Oh yes, please. If you would.
She leans over into your ear, Baloth, and she says, I'd heard stories about Black Viper, but to me, she kind of seems like a little bit of a pizza cutter. She's like all edge and no point. Am I right? She's like, ooh, I'm so mad. Yeah.
Don't let her.
Do I hear that?
Give me a perception check, Viper.
Oh no.
I am so tempted to use the roll now for this because I am
Follow
like,
your heart.
I got a 1.
You tell, are you going to use it or you're not going to use it? Because I'm going to tell you what happens if you don't use it. You hear Viper. She's like, that Black Viper, she's so edgy. Ooh, I love it.
I hear that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I turn around and I go, duly noted, and thank you so much for noticing.
Now, Baloth did hear what was actually said.
Oh, yeah. Baloth absolutely heard what she actually
said.
So
Baloth quietly says to Bubbles, like, if you wouldn't mind not getting yourself murdered before you heal me, that would be fantastic.
Wait, are you implying that it's okay to get myself murdered after? Okay, hang on. Wait, okay. Concentrate, Baloth. Clear your mind and sparkles go everywhere, coating all of you in glitter. Bright, shiny, sparkly glitter. She goes,
no.
Like it.
This stuff never comes off.
No, I'm allergic to the Underdark. I'm a fundamentally good being. Wait, okay. Hang on, wait, here. And she does kind of just like look away from you as she touches you, Baloth, and you immediately feel fantastic. She heals you for 70 points of damage, which I'm pretty sure will take you up to full.
70? Wow, yeah, that takes me right up to full.
I am absolutely shaking in horror and anger, and also, I am also hurt. I'm sorry, there is so much glitter. I am also hurt.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hang on. Havilar. I feel like I should help you and then maybe leave before I get hurt by somebody.
Possibly.
Clear your mind, Havilar.
Done.
And she reaches out and touches the side of your face and puts her face like right up to yours. And again, she's about the size of a baby. She's like a little flying hollyphant. She's right up next. She's like, be one with the parrot. And thanks to the good people of Idle Champions, along with the friendship of this hollyphant in her help, in her attempt to getting you to be able to speak with Trievor, she scrambles how you talk, Havilar. So how does Havilar talk now?
I can't tell you how much this is out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I do just want to say one thing, by the way, Internet. Everybody's been good sports about this. We check in advance. Like, are you okay if you have to sing? Are you okay if you have to do that? Everybody's been wonderful sports about this, but she is legit nervous about this. Everybody's here just have a good time, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, Internet, what I told Erin. You cannot mess this up. It's just, it goes how it goes.
I'm just going to do it as bad as possible. That's what I'm going to do.
Always the right move. That is the
However you do it, it's going to be canon. That's all I want to tell you.
That's it. That's the Baloth the Entertainer school of thought. Do the work. Do your worst.
Oh my God.
What does she do to Havilar?
So, question. Does Havilar know that now she can talk to the parrot?
Well, she's in your face saying, clear your mind. You can do this. I believe in you.
She goes, what can I do? And you don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. It's a non-accent.
You see, her trunk leans over and whispers in Melf's ear, Why is she yelling?
I'm not sure.
Am I yelling?
Oh, she's speaking Zuni now. Oh, you're speaking. I got it. Okay, wait. Trievor. Do you whistle? I don't know what. And you see the parrot flies up and lands on Ariza's shoulder. And just like looks at her for a second and looks at your wings and then looks back at you with just love in its eyes. And just sort of like nuzzles its head against you, Ariza. And looks at Havilar.
At this point, I'm going to look over at it. I'm going to pet it. But while I'm petting it, I'm going to cast Speak with Animals.
Roll
and
it.
I'm just going to be...
Fix my dang
The
voice.
step we should have started with.
Not gonna
I'm
lie.
going to take this
Go.
opportunity to dig into my bag of holding and pull out perhaps something from my iron rations, like a cracker or something, and hand it to Trievor, just so he has a little something to nosh on.
The moment you hand it the cracker, you just hear you, Havilar, and you, Ariza, both hear, "Oh, wow, man, thanks. Oh, crackers, yes!" And he grabs it with one of his feet.
You really like crackers that much?
But can you guys understand me? Because normally I have to like do this like mimicry thing. I never know what you guys are saying. I just repeat the noises you make and you seem happy.
No, that's valid. I figured I'd just talk to you while everybody carries on because, I mean, they've got a Holophant for healing and a Holophant to do Speak with Animals. Like, they don't have a cleric standing right here. And it's like, whatever, you know? I'm not offended. I'm not mad.
You know what?
I'm
It's
mad.
all in the wings, you know? Like they always underestimate the wings. They think they're just for flying. No.
It's like wisdom, right?
Right. Although, what? She doesn't have wings, but she can still understand me. Hello.
Where is my
Oh.
dog? Also freely.
You see, he goes, "Rat, where is my dog? Rat." Oh, wait. No. Okay, wait. Did I do it right? Okay. All right. Okay.
You did the thing. You did the mimic. I think she can understand right now.
Oh, you just like, can you hear me?
Oh my God, please tell me that I
get
can't
it
understand.
now. I talk parrot.
You guys, to them, it's like,
I know. I'm just picturing in my head that Havilar is just screaming at this bird, and the bird is like putting its wings up, being like,
right, literally that. And you hear it for a moment. He goes, okay. Well, I did hear. I heard something that sounded like this. What? Zuni, don't you touch her. Zuni, run. I'll hold him off. And he does just mimic that, where you all very much hear Freely's voice telling Zuni to run. I'll hold him off. And then,
Do you remember seeing, like, what did they look like?
there was like a big dog and a little halfling and like,
I mean, I know what they look like. What did the other party look like?
they were kind of dressed like me, actually. And he sort of like arranges his little pirate hat. He's like, there was like 8 of them. They just like swarmed all over him.
"Oh no, it was the goose."
But
No, he said pirates.
wait,
Pirates.
did you guys see those geese earlier today? I hate those things. And now everybody's like, oh, demonic geese. Like, there's a different kind. That's the only kind of geese there are. Am I right?
I agree. I'm
Yeah.
not a big geese fan. I think they're really gross.
Well,
I love parrots, though. No.
Thank you. That's right behind the. Oh, thank you. They grabbed your friends and they went that away. And he just like motions back towards town.
Can you lead us?
As far as I saw, yeah. All right.
I guess.
Yep.
I probably have to translate to
Via
one of them, but-
translator, yes.
Question: when Howler talks, does everybody hear parrot, or does?
Yeah, they hear you yelling and the parrot responding.
Okay, but I sound like a person yelling in a
You
weird
do
voice.
sound like a yelling person, yes.
All right, cool.
However, I actually overlooked something important. All of you give me an investigation check.
Investigation.
Oh, I'm not good at that.
You know, the dice may say otherwise, though, Baloth.
Oh, the dice concur. 5.
A 15.
15.
Also 15.
15?
6.
6.
18.
18. Perfect.
Technically, I got a 0, but then I got a 6 because I rolled that extra die.
Wow.
No, I have a +9 and I still got a 15.
So let me recall one thing. Note that the secondary image inside of the shrine that you were there show an enormous tentacled creature rising up from behind the shrine. You kind of have to follow the lines to be able to make it out. That's what was there. And another thing, Baloth, that you would have found when you search free Drabik's body was a golden key with a frog etched into it. It is not magical, but it is a possession that he had.
Yeah, I will have not kept that secret. Just like, hey, look, everyone, a key. So interesting. Do we just know the direction that they were taken, right?
He only knows they went back towards town. He offers to show you what he saw, but he didn't necessarily know it was important because he's a parrot.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to use some sorcery points just to regain that spell slot in case we run directly into trouble.
However, now that you have all seen this key, you can all give me a roll that I will verify before I tell you the wrong thing. You can all give me perception checks.
Also, can I point out one more time to Bubbles that I'm hurt?
So, I'll make a deal with you. Because
you or Bubbles?
Bubbles.
'Cause very different reactions.
True. No, Bubbles. To like friend to all rogues everywhere. Bubbles. I kind of sort of like did my big thing with Baloth. That's kind of like a one trick. I sort of need to sleep. Kind of takes it out of me. You might be aware of the fact I weigh roughly 12 pounds, and that is significant sorcery to like wield in such a petite yet frumpish frame. However, I can still heal you the best that I can.
I mean, any effort is better than absolutely none.
You know, I really feel like we're getting somewhere, Black Viper, and I'm very glad that, you know, we're kind of having this moment. Okay, hang on. I'm going to try my best. And you see she holds her hands out and she's like, puts hands on each of your cheeks and she closes her eyes and you see she's really concentrating and she heals you for 20 points of damage.
Oh God, it almost wasn't worth it.
You do feel a disturbingly warm glow go through your body that just feels like sunshine and happiness and stupid stuff, Viper.
Oh God. Oh, it's so warm.
She's like, shh, no, let's just be this. That's happiness. Let it in, Viper. Let the happiness in.
Thank you for doing that. And I take her trunk and pull her closer and be like, just lay off the glitter.
What? Oh, yeah, there. In Ariza and Havilar, you do both hear him say, Trievor now says, like, oh, yeah, you guys need to change clothes. You're gonna stick out like glittery sore thumbs if you go like this. Like, you kind of gotta, you know, do a little less of, you know. And he turns and looks at you, Ariza. He's like, no, you're incredible. This is incredible performing attire. Maybe not incredible piracy attire.
Are you kidding me? This is all weather white. Do you know how hard it is to find this material? Do you know how hard I had to work to find something that you can battle in, that you can perform in, and that's also extremely low key? Does this not look low key and unnoticeable to you? Like,
Havilar, help me out here. Beautiful. I don't know that I would define low key like this.
As
what do you want me to do? Dress like the Black Viper?
As a self-proclaimed member of the Fae, a prominent member of the Fae community, I think this glitter look is really quite appropriate. I find nothing wrong with it.
And you see Bubbles is like, yeah, right. Also, yeah, no, you guys super don't look like pirates right now. And if that's the...
Are you saying we get to dress up like pirates? Sign me up.
Maybe you should. Yeah, like, maybe, yeah.
Where do we get pirate clothing?
She sneezes again and more glitter goes out in every direction and she's gone.
That was helpful.
Okay.
I would like to avoid the glitter.
I feel like Cavalier at this point wanting to chase down Zuni and also presented with this new problem of not looking like a pirate would be inclined to call her imps. But if there's something we should be doing, I don't need to do that.
Well, how many and which ones are you calling?
They come in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
So Mott for sure. And then since they all exist in this version of reality, I think Dembo. They're good at getting things. They're excellent at getting things. So she's going to sort of shut her eyes and go, I need help!
What do they look like when they appear?
I have to remember which one's which.
Luckily enough, it is how you say it is.
Well, and then they exist in Idle Champions as sort of little helpers.
They do.
Distinct, and I forget. I believe Mott is dark blue, and Dembo is red. And they are little devils with little stinger tails and wings. I think you're muted.
Mott is red. I got Mott here. I'm looking to see
backwards.
if anybody else has a screenshot here. That's the joy of the wonders of technology. I can double check. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So Dimbo is bright red. He's like cherry red, and Mott is sort of like almost like a rust sort of red that appears. And they both wink into existence in the. Okay. Let me get this right. You're probably in trouble, Heroesl, and that's why you called us. Like we were just relaxing in the abyss. Yeah, we didn't have anything at all.
In the hells.
Were doing.
They're not demons. They're devils.
They're in the hills. They're in the hills. How might we be of service?
I have 3 problems. 1, a Hollyphant broken my voice. 2, I can't find Zuni. 3, I got to look like a pirate.
Are we all yelling? Is that a thing we're all doing now? No.
It's just me.
Oh, okay. The pirate thing we can help with. The yelling thing we'll think of something. And the Zuni, we haven't seen her. No, we haven't seen Zuni. We could go look, I guess.
That's what I meant.
Oh, you want us to look for... Okay, right, sure, okay. Again, you just call us when you want... Okay, all right, okay, we're gonna go do it. We're gonna go... And they both, like, fly towards the town. They pull up pretty high because they're accustomed to people, like, shooting at them when they see demons flying in.
They
or
can
devils.
turn invisible,
devils.
for the record.
Yes. And they fly away.
Baloth, having seen this, goes, ooh, a good idea is a good idea. He focuses on his ring and summons Najim.
And what does Najim look like when he arrives?
Najim is a djinn. And depending on what it might be Bugs Bunny style, where he's like wearing a shower cap and he's covered in soap bubbles when he appears. Yeah. It's like, Najim. Oh, sorry, forgot today was your day off. Listen.
I don't have days off, Master Baloth, thanks to you.
Well, now, let's face it. I'm not the one that trapped you. I'm just taking full advantage of your current situation. So, Najim, I'm going to need some sort of pirate ensemble. And also, I would like a beard that is both spectacular and tentacular.
He snaps his fingers, and all of you immediately switch into pirate outfits, extremely elaborate pirate outfits. And as requested, Baloth does have a number of living tentacles coming from his face that undulate gently in the breeze. And Najim also changes into like a vest in a silver why can I not word anymore? His head is tied back, basically like a do-rag on his head. And he's like...
A bandana?
Bandana's the word I'm looking for. It's not a do-rag when it's a djinn, but it is now. He summons do-rags. That's canonically a power that Najim now possesses. Summon do-rag. For the sake of those of you that have your defined pirate outfits already, what do you look like in your pirate guise if you wish to properly describe it?
Well, I have an eye patch that suddenly appears. I have a very glorious, but somewhat shabby, like as if it's been weathered over some time, green captain's coat with gold braid worked throughout. And my sword becomes a curved cutlass that glows green.
Excellent. Anyone else want to describe their pirate ensemble?
Havilar is in kind of pinky purple flounces and lots of ribbons, and her skirts are tied up, and she's got a kind of a scarf wound around her head. She's very fancy ribbon pirate.
You are the world's fanciest pirate.
Yes.
Yep.
And her glaive looks like a harpoon now.
Perfect. Anyone else?
Before I looked like this. Then suddenly I looked like this. My clothing changes into a very large kind of like a captain's pirate jacket that has it's black with all of these red vipers flowing all over it. I suddenly have this very, very fancy hat with the biggest red plumage, and I have a green snake that is coiled up on my hat, which right now is making me feel really good because apparently everyone can just magically make friends. I have my snake now. I have very nice, lovely boots. My rapier is now kind of like a cutlass that has a snake on the handle, and most importantly, not glittery.
It's still glittery.
No. You shake the glitter. Najim is not a monster. And Baloth or Ariza, want to describe what you look like?
Oh, Ariza, you first.
Yes. Ariza was already gowned in her cloak of many fashions. So she kind of shakes out the long, flowy white dress to put on a more fitted white dress that ties up on the side. She's got knee-length boots. Yes, she's in flats, and they are brown, lace up the front boots, and she's wearing like a little crossover like thing. It's kind of like an ammo pouch,
Bandolier.
but it's not
Like a sash?
Yeah, but it's a
Bandolier.
Yeah, but it's got food in it.
Like a food bandolier.
Like in the spots instead of the bullets, it's actually like
a snackalier.
food.
I feel like canonically
And
it's a snackalier now.
she has changed her hair. She now has a full afro with her gold headband. Her wings are now bejeweled because pirates and jewels in the sea. And because she's dressing down, she's got on brown gloves instead of what would normally be a gold glove. She is accessorized with brown and white, which is whatever.
You look fantastic. And last but not least, Baloth. I alluded to your tentacularness, but what's the full look?
Well, the effect of the whole ensemble is sort of a Davy Jones homage, but legally distinct and certainly not litigious in any way. Yes. So, of course, the tricorn hat, there's a long coat, barnacle incrustation, tastefully added by Najim. Very nice touch, Najim. Well done. And yes, and there is, of course, this sort of living and moving beard of tentacles. Though at one point, Baloth reaches up and actually removes it, and you can see there's actually hooks attached that he sort of scratches and then puts it back on. But it's still once it's back on his face, it looks like it's part of his face, and it's like moving around.
You all look quite fearsome, sir. Quite fearsome indeed. The magnificent crew of any pirate vessel you might imagine. Yes, blah, 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 blah. Is there anything else, sir?
No, that's everything, Najim. I'll let you get back to your shower.
Is your friend choking, sir? She seems to be pointing at her throat or something.
The Hollywood broke my voice!
Oh, yes, Najim, can you do something about that, or is that something that's going to stick around for at least the next 2 hours or so?
You know, I'm thousands of years old, sir. I have witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. I have served kings and emperors. Are you sure the best application of my power is fixing faulty tieflings?
You're quite right, Najim. It was silly of me to ask.
I turn to Havilar. I actually like it.
Oh,
I think you sound great.
she just looks so sad. And he snaps his fingers and vanishes, and Havilar, your speaking returns to normal.
Okay.
Baloth sort of goes up and goes, "Don't mention it. My pleasure."
Did he call me faulty? Oh, okay.
He did.
Rude.
Black Viper. Actually, Black Viper and Melf both give me perception checks.
Okie dokie.
Oh, quite nice. So that'd be a 22.
That actually is sufficient. Melf. Yes, Viper.
To note, I have a +8, but I rolled a 1.
Right.
I'm transfixed by my own outfit.
Yes, no, you are in Ariza are sort of looking at each other. Like there's like a puddle there where you can kind of see like you're both stunning there. In Melf, is all of this sort of working through your mind here? It feels odd to have the old coat on again after all this time. You're thinking back, and as you were sort of walking around Echo Bay earlier today, you all have been in town mere hours. As you were making your way around, there was what looked like an old abandoned building that had a big gold frog painted on the side of it. The frog was sort of like weathered and worn, but now that it's like all of this has had a second to kind of go through your mind, you have seen that symbol before.
I think we have a key that
Yes.
has a frog very similar to that one, as a matter of fact.
Yes, this key right here.
Oh, you are correct. Perhaps that is where we need to go and see what that uncovers and where it leads us.
But what business would a shark man have at a frog building?
Maybe they make his spider climb potions.
It all makes
That
sense.
also confused me.
Shark, spider,
does-
frog, it's all related.
Yes. Why does a shark need to spider climb?
Well,
I don't know, but that is pretty scary when you think about it.
It is. A spider climbing shark would be quite terrifying.
There's only one way to find out. To the frog building.
To the frog building!
Yeah. As you all make your way back through town, you notice your reception is much different this time. Once you all fought the onslaught of the demonic geese for the people of Echo Bay, you already saw they you got some thank yous and you know, good. But as you all walk in your pirate finery, like the crowd kind of parts for you a little bit this time. It's like, oh, yeah, wow. Like, look at them. Like, I don't know what happened at the Shrine of Umberley. And you hear people sort of mumbling amongst themselves like, oh, maybe Umberley has blessed them. Look at that. That's why they look like buccaneers of the highest order now. Even Baloth's got the matron sea mother's tentacle grasp on his face. Wow.
Do I hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Then as we walk by, I lean into that person. We absolutely were. We are the chosen of Umberly, and we have been blessed. Please spread it around.
Oh, right.
Black Viper is blessed and chosen by Umberly. And also the other people. Yes, spread it around.
Black Viper et al. Chosen by Umberly. Yeah, we'll make sure we spread the word.
Yes.
And you see, they do kind of like break off, and everybody's kind of like, like motioning and everything. It's like, oh, wow. And actually, as the word starts to spread that you all are chosen by Umberly, recall, you all realize the people were kind of stressed out. You'd heard rumors like ships, sinking in what should have been calm waters, people that were really great swimmers drowning, like odd things have been happening. And when they hear that you all are chosen by Umberly, you see a wave of like happiness and relief kind of start going through the crowd, and you see people kind of like hoisting their tankards a little bit higher, like, oh, if Umberly smiled on us, maybe we're gonna be okay. And as you all are making it through, oh my goodness, look at all of you. I'm going to commission a portrait be done of all of you. Like, I know, I see it. We could have like some treasure in the foreground, maybe like a skeleton, and you all are sort of here. And then like behind you, we could have like Freely, like really like freaky gigantic, because, I think he would like that because he's kind of a little guy. But yeah, that's the thing I'm going to get on. And you see Iris comes floating out with her eye patches back on some of her eye stalks. Where are you kids off to now?
I think we're headed to the parlor of the frog people, or the frog.
Pardon?
This key, I think, opens a building that's similarly decorated with a frog. Freely, I'm afraid, is among the missing.
Oh, no, that little guy. Oh, well, yeah, no, I seen that flying frog before. That's on Guyled's warehouse. It's over right there on the edge of town. Sailmaker. Shame what happened to her. She was, actually, now that you mention it, she was the first person to go missing. She's a sailmaker, second to none, but she sort of drowned a couple months back. It was the oddest thing. Everybody figured maybe she was like stung by a jellyfish or something, because, it should have been an easy swim, but nope. Umberly took her, or so they say. I'm not much of a swimmer on account of not having arms.
Question, did they find her body, or was it just assumed she drowned?
I don't know. But, everybody was like, I'm gonna go have my evening constitutional. And then she didn't come back, and that was months ago. It wouldn't have been like her to, like, abandon her shop, so I think everybody just assumed.
Well, you know what they say. When you assume, you make an ass of...
Umi.
Umi.
Yes, exactly. Of Umi, yes.
Yeah.
Who exactly says that?
Bailoff.
I just said it. I just said it.
Yeah, we'll get it trending. I'll make sure everybody knows that that's a Bailoff original. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hashtag Bailoff.
Hashtag, now that she's gone, now that Ghaled Tanta was her name, now that she's gone, that building basically owns to the people of Echo Bay now. Like, the city kind of owns it. The sheriff's got the key, and just nobody's really, like, bought it since then, I guess. As far as I know, it's just been boarded up.
Well, let's go see.
Sounds like we should investigate.
Yes, and see what this opens.
Oh, you adventuring types, always willy and nilly, hither and yon. You're adorable. And she does lean out and, like, with the eyelids of one of her tentacles, kind of like pull at your cheek a little bit, Bailoff. Yeah.
As that adorable thing is happening, I do not stop it. I want that little pinchy to continue, but I lean in and as the chosen of Umberly, I'm sure that the city would not mind at all if we just took a little peek inside the store and saw if maybe we can find any clues or coins.
You
Oh,
see,
chosen of Umberly. What in the nine hells are you talking about? Oh, right. Yes.
Iris's large central eye just sort of like narrows a little bit with like suspicious, and she goes, "I'll distract the sheriff. You guys do what you need to do."
Oh, my darling, you're an absolute doll. Thank you so much. I don't owe you, but I appreciate. And I turn around.
You know, you might think otherwise if I was suddenly to remember that I saw the Black Viper. Too bad I haven't seen her all day, though. And one of her little eyes winks at you. Also, Ariza, darling. This thing you're doing. Yes. Absolutely yes. Maybe when this is all over, I could book you on like a tour here where you could like, you know, do like a week-long run, a residency here for the people that are coming and going for Fleet's Wake. You know, like I feel like they would pay for this level of entertainment.
It's brown.
Well, but it's like dramatically appropriate though. Like there's white in it. You got bedazzled wings. Come on, darling.
Yeah.
Oh no, and she does float right up to you, and like two of her tentacles kind of rest on your shoulders. Are you upset that you're wearing something other than pure white?
I mean, white with gold accessories. It's my thing. It's been my thing. White with gold. It's just, it's who I am. Do you see this?
It's not.
This doesn't say raw unmitigated power.
Yeah, it does. And like you see different eyes look at each of you and sort of like look back at Ariza and like back me up on this. She's like, no, yeah, right.
Yes, of course. I mean, that the leather goes very well with the gold that you are wearing, and it offsets the white nicely.
Exactly.
Also, when you do that thing and it goes, that says raw unmitigated power very, very clearly.
Yes, definitely.
But do you like, is it like a fear thing or a respect and reverence?
Porque no los dos, as they say in Schultz. Why not both?
Well, you know, I could blow something up. That'd be fun.
Just,
Blow things up.
Yes, and I won't take up any more of your time, but you're stunning, darling. All of you are. You all look very Melf, by the way. Yes, this is, I like this thing. All of this, deeply approve of the look that you're all serving here today.
I have my my bag of holding, and this entire time I've been rummaging through it. And once like everyone is kind of done talking about Arisa's outfit and no one's really looking anymore, I kind of walk over to her and I reach up and I take this tiny opalescent flower brooch that has gold detailing around it, and I just place the little gemstone flower in her hair behind her ear, and I tuck it in and I go, darling, don't ever let anyone dull your sparkle. A little bit of brown, it's only earth tone, it's grounding. And darling, you're way too high up in the world, too high above all of us to be grounded. You'll be back to your all white soon. And I turn around, take a couple steps, and then look back and be like, that is a borrow, by the way. I will be taking that back later.
Oh. So Ariza's gonna like tuck it so she doesn't lose it. Just like kind of tucks it in the back, but also once again checks her pockets to make sure that Viper has not
That's fair.
been using this as a distraction.
Is it yours? Was that your own flower? No.
Back, like start checking all of that stuff.
That's so
It's really familiar. Oh, I'm borrowing this from you. I have one just like it. I just haven't seen it in an hour or so.
But that one's definitely mine. I pulled it out of my bag. It looks great on you though. Glows. Like it was meant for you, but it's not. It's mine.
Are you sure we've never met before?
Melf, make a wisdom save for me.
Look at my low scores.
What sort of monster attacks your weak points?
Oh my god! Oh my god! I rolled a 1.
Melf, you're sure someone's talking to you, but you can't quite make it out. You hear, Melf, great danger lay ahead. Whatever you do, don't...
Don't what?
You don't hear anything else.
There's great danger. I'm going to say there's great danger. I've heard it. I've heard a sign. There's great danger. Be aware.
More signs than the wereshark?
You see Melf's head kind of on a swivel talking about great danger, like he's looking for something, but the rest of you don't see or hear anything.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. Don't be foolish.
Do you know whose voice it was?
Celine, perhaps, speaking to me?
You're not sure, but I will say, thanks to the good people of Idle Champions, have decided you all have someone secretly assisting you from the shadows. You could have had someone opposing you from the shadows, which is what I myself voted for. But the will of the people is you have an unseen benefactor. Unfortunately, the dice said they were only so helpful this time, Mel.
The people gave us help, but Luke's dice.
Oh,
Away. There we go. Well, you know, it's the dice. It's the dice.
And it's electronic dice even. It's not even my rolling. It's just
this is like real fate. So, unless anyone else wants to do anything, are you all going to proceed? Yes, Zune.
I just wanted to look around and see if I saw the imps.
Keep an eye out for them.
A moment later, you see one of them comes flying back, and it's Dimbo that lands, and he's like, okay, so Mott went into the place that you had him looking. He said he saw a golden frog, and he might have like a clue. Yeah. He hasn't come back out, though. Maybe he's dead.
Oh, no.
Well, that's why I did not go inside.
I don't want to say I have favorites, but I would miss him.
Wow. Do I tell you that I prefer Farida more than you? I mean, that's
all the time!
Okay, I brought that upon myself. Either way, Mott might be dead. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he's doing something useful for
Is this conversation in common?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or Bailoff pipes up like, won't it be fine? Won't your imp just like go back to the hells if it gets destroyed?
It takes time, and then they send me a new one.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it takes a while to break those things in, you know. The hells aren't so bad when you're from there, but it's better to just go on purpose rather than being disincorporated by disintegration, as it were. Anything else you want me to look for?
Wait,
hey, I've been looking for pirate gear for all of you, and you're all decked out.
Bailoff's gin was faster.
And your voice is working.
You also fixed my voice. So you're 0 for 3 right now. Unless what?
I'll keep looking for Zuni then, and he vanishes.
Is she in the build? Oh, dang it.
No!
She's not in the building. Dang it.
Yeah.
All right. So we go find this frog building in Freely so we can figure out where Zuni is? I mean, that's important to me. But Freely first.
Find the frog, find Freely.
That's the new Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. As you all make your way across town to, as Iris told you, just kind of on the outskirts of town is the sail shop. You can say this whole place is very much a port town. I mean, pretty much all the infrastructure here is to support ships and sailors. However, yes.
It's totally nautical, I think is what you're trying to tell me.
As that'll be the name of next week's episode, Totally Nautical. However, the sailmaker shop is very much on the edge of town because, again, you know, people just pit in long enough to just get a new sail or get their sail mended and then right back out again. So it's one of the farthest, most remote buildings in the town. And sure enough, when you get there, there is, as what you saw, Melf, there is the faded frog that is painted on the side of it. There's windows up across the top of it, but all of them are covered up, and it appears abandoned.
Where's
I
the
don't know
key?
about you, but when I see an abandoned place, it makes me question everything else about it. Just my suspicious nature, but it's suspicious.
It's kept you alive. Viper, give me perception with advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna use that advantage.
Mm-hmm. Well, you don't have to use the one I gave you. I'm saying you can roll with advantage.
You said what now? Perception?
Perception with advantage. Yep.
15.
There is a large padlock sitting on the door that is seems to be old and rusted. But Viper, you're a professional.
That's true.
Someone's taken care of that lock. It's been recently oiled. It is old, but it has been tended recently. Supposedly, this place has been abandoned for months. Someone's at least oiled the lock much more recently than that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to really look at the lock. Like, has it just been tended to, or does it look like it's been messed with at all?
With that roll, I will still lump into it that it has not been tampered with. You don't think it's trapped. It's just been oiled to work better.
Okay. I instinctually start taking out my thieves' tools and everything, lock in one hand, and I stop because I remember, right, not by myself. Y'all, okay if I just go ahead and do this?
Oh, yes. We might as well Oh, wait, but we have this key.
Oh, I mean, this is kind of fun too, but all right, sure. Why don't we try that?
Does it fit?
It slides right in and click, click, and the lock pops open.
I could have done that, but...
I know, but...
All right, I'll use these later.
As you open up the door slowly, by now it's kind of late afternoon. You all had kind of arrived early and a few hours have passed, but the sun is still sinking but fairly high in the sky, and it casts long light into this place, and you see dust floating into the air, and it looks like a sales shop. There's spools of fabric laying around. There's ropes and pulleys hanging from the ceiling. Old unfinished pieces that she was working on before her untimely demise.
Alleged demise.
You can see a bed in the corner in a eating area where there's a couple of bowls and plates kind of orderly stacked up, and everything has a thin veneer of dust all over it. All of you can give me either perception or investigation, whichever is higher.
15.
15.
11.
11. 17.
14.
14. Havilar.
14.
14. That was 17 for Mel. What was that for Baloth, by the way?
I believe that was 15.
As you all sort of like are taking this place in, Baloth and Melf, you two notice across the floor there is a thin line of dust here, but there is a patch of dust that looks different than the rest. There is a line that goes right through the middle of the room towards what looks like a tapestry hanging on a wall. If you had to guess, somebody's come through here and they're basically sprinkling sand behind them to cover their tracks, but it is a slightly different color that the two of you pick up on.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, okay. Yeah, the elves got it. Okay. Yep.
Before we draw this tapestry aside, might we have someone who can check for traps?
I look up from where I was standing, which is over by where I assumed the register was, looking through the drawers and trying to check for any... What? I'm sorry. Yes?
We think there's a door behind here, but we might want to check this out.
Of course. I was looking for clues. Do I find anything?
It is all empty.
While we're waiting for Black Viper to come over, I'll just give it the old once-over with detect magic, make sure there's no, like, I don't know, glyphs of warding or anything on it.
There is something magical on the other side of this wall.
But not the wall itself.
The wall itself does not appear to be.
Okay, we've got magic on the other side there. What kind of aura am I detecting?
Conjuration.
More conjuration magic. We might be on the right track.
Mm-hmm.
Poison.
I thought you said undulation. I was like, ugh.
The school of the school of
undulating magic.
The school of undulation is it's very hard to get into. But all right, so
Sleight of hand, Black Viper, to check for traps.
Happily. I give it the old Viper pat down.
Mm-hmm.
And that will be a 27.
You are not only sure that there's no traps here, you figure out the catch to open it. It basically is just kind of like a hidden panel here that slides open, and there is a completely different scene on the other side. You feel like when you take it in that this was probably like where Galid's private area, where, you know, like there's old rotting food on some of the shelves. There's a number of boxes and things that have been moved and strewn about in this place, and there's numerous boot prints all over the ground. Like, you can see there's been no attempt whatsoever to hide the movements that have taken place inside of this room. They hid everything up to it. And in the chest is in the corner is a gigantic chest. It is big enough that one of you could fit in. And yes, I'm sure Viper's eyes light up just like that.
Bailoff goes, "Gods, look at the size of that mimic."
All of you, those of you that possess Arcana, give me an Arcana check.
Only if you're trained, yes?
Yes, if you've got the skill.
I don't, so my eyes are still big anime hearts, and I'm still walking towards it like,
27.
27. Melf, you smell something in here. All of you smell it. It's even though you can physically see rotting vegetables that should smell pretty foul, just things that have just been sitting in here for months now. The air smells really nice. It's very fragrant. There's like perfumes and incenses. Melf, you clock them as spell components. It's not just random things. Like, somebody was doing some ritual work in here.
Hold. This smells of ritual magic. Be careful. Be cautious. Do not touch anything. And I'll go to the fore and start investigating to see where the danger lies. And protect, of course.
You can
protect the Black Viper.
all give me perception or investigation to see what else you might detect in here.
B-Dave, where is... I've got at-will detect magic, so I've just had it up. What is the source of the magic in this room?
There is something magical inside the chest. You also you detect low level magic coming from some of the empty vials and vessels, which you feel may have contained spell components that have since been used. So it's very much a fading resonance on some of the things that are just thrown about.
Okay.
What's up on that perception or investigation?
I got an 18.
14.
18, 14.
I missed
18.
18.
A 14 investigation.
Viper, before you give me that, Viper, were you intending to attempt to unlock the chest, or were you waiting to see whatever anybody else had to say?
Oh no, Amelth came up and he did the whole wait, and so
perfect.
I was more
okay, then perception or investigation then.
Okay, well then 10.
Somebody got an 18, did I hear there?
Havilar.
Yep.
Yes.
I got one.
Havilar and Bailoth, as you guys are going through things, everything seems to be essentially what you would expect to find in a sailmaker shop, except you find a bin that is filled with torn and crumpled papers. There are ship's manifests from various ships that did not necessarily put into Echo Bay. Their ships manifest for Baldur's Gate. Their ships manifest for Neverwinter, for Waterdeep. And you find several of them are stained with dried blood. And one of them, the bottom one on the stack, barely readable, is a ship's manifest for the Muskrat.
Seem like terrible ways to wipe up blood. You get shoes out of towels. But that looks important.
Yes, this will go with Sharkman's journal, I think.
What was on it? Does the ship's manifest for the muskrat describe what it was carrying and stuff? Cursed objects, for instance.
It does.
Gods, I don't know.
As one does. You know, you're like 6 virgins for offering. That's what was on the muskrat.
Listen, freight is freight.
Melf, between everything that you detected before, you understand that a lot of these ships seem to have spell components on board, but they were a lot of the things that you are finding here would have been on these ships. Heroesl, as you are looking at it, you hear, "Oh, that makes sense. They've been commandeering vessels up and down the Sword Coast. They've been Shanghaiing people." And you see your other imp, Mott, appears.
Where did you go?
To do what you told me to do. I was investigating, and then you were in here.
You freaked him out. You freaked Dembo out a little bit. Did you find Freely? Or did you find anything else in here that we missed? Also, I'm glad you're not dead.
You're gonna hold on to your hat here. There's a lot of ritual magic components in here. Very powerful conjuration magic, and there's also magic emanating from that chest over there.
Yeah, we figured all that out.
I already knew that. Thank you. I didn't even need to summon my djinn for that.
They try hard.
I lean in. So what is that, like 0 for 4? 5?
Look,
You're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
I didn't have to make the journey here from the hills just for nothing. You know, like I was having a very relaxing day.
This is literally your job.
I knew things. You just knew them as well.
It's okay. I appreciate you trying.
Thanks for being on the show. Thank you. Here's the home version of our game. Goodbye.
He just like do you speak Abyssal, Baloth?
He doesn't either.
I don't.
Speak Infernal.
Do you speak Infernal?
I do not. I speak Common.
Yeah, Heroesl and anyone who speaks Infernal, Mott begins to say a number of colorful things about your parentage, and then disappears.
I'm gonna shout back at you in with my really clumsy Infernal.
You don't speak our language. You chew on it.
They get a
speaks it, chews on it.
They get a sort of Baloth, I think, has figured out at least what the intention of this is. So there's like a colorful, goodbye in Undercommon.
Undercommon. I understood that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty blue. It's pretty blue.
So you all are here in the room. There is the chest, which is locked. There are the ship's manifests that, yes, have been taken from up and down the Sword Coast, mostly carrying what would have been valuable spell components, all that would have been used in some fairly heavy-duty conjuration magic.
Okay. Before we, I'll hand the frog key to Black Viper. Maybe we should try this on the chest first.
I mean, a key? It sounds crazy, but I'm willing to give it a shot. I've never used a key, but sure. So I kneel down in front of the chest, and I give it like can I give it like a once over for traps or anything?
You can. Sleight of hand.
I would like that. I would very much like to do that. Oh, wait. No, right. Click the button and give me something good. Your girl just got a natural 20.
Hey.
So that's a 37, my second 37.
You are certain there is a magical effect on this chest, but you don't know what it is.
Shall we dispel it?
I'm sorry, what?
Probably better safe than sorry. Yeah, I can do
Okay.
that. Oh,
If
do you want to take care of it?
Oh.
Please. Over to you.
Okay. I will go ahead and cast a 4th level dispel magic.
All right, hang on. Let me just read something real quick here.
Sure, of course.
Sorry. Roll it for me. Roll to see if you can if you're capable of dispelling this.
I will roll a 20, sir.
Hmm?
I got a 19, nat 19, so should be good.
As you roll it, or you reach out with your dispel magic, Melf, you see the chest begins to shake for a second, and then you hear boom, 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 and the lid flies open, and up out of it, you see an awful head come out, and it opens its eye and looks at you, and then several other eyes open.
Oh no.
And look all around, and it opens 1 mouth, 2 mouth, 5 mouths, and says, and that's a good place for us to take a little break before you all do battle with this gibbering mouther.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound good.
So, don't go nowheres. I know we went a little past the half hour. I had to get to a dramatically appropriate moment. But we will take a quick 10, and we will be right back. Now, here's the real question, y'all. Did I configure my stream deck properly to take us to break without breaking everything? We're about to find out. Here we go. See you in 10. So the best part about that is I didn't loop the video that is 10 minutes long because I was like, it's a 10-minute break. We'll come back until we were still talking at the end of those 10 minutes. And then it's just like you plummet into the inky abyss of, endless, meaningless nothingness for about 30 seconds or so until we all come back on. I just want to say shout out to Nate West-Kempsme for giving out all of those gift subs. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. And thank you all for tuning in. Also, for joining us here on our grand adventure. Also, yes, we do have a second Idle Champions code that is available now. That is Mark's Deadly Drow. The mods can drop that in chat, but that is the name of the chest code, Mark's Deadly Drow. And we will announce the winners of the WizKids Icons of the Realms Boneyard booster boxes at the bottom of the show, because there's a roughly 83% chance that I will remember to do that. I like my odds. But the odds of me forgetting are low, but never zero. So, with that being said, this horrible, gibbering monstrosity has emerged out of the chest here. All of you roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gibbering.
Mm-hmm. That's gibbering.
23.
I was really looking forward to doing my gibber, by the way. That even I didn't rehearse this. I was like, we're gonna find out when we get there what the gibbering sounds like.
It sounds very organic.
All right, that is 23 from Melf. All right, Viper.
22.
22. Ariza. 7. I know this is awful, Ariza, because it's like it doesn't make sense. It's out of key. You know, all of this is terrible. Baloth.
15.
15. And Hevelar.
15.
Hevelar and Baloth, what are your dexteritas?
14.
All right, then Hevelar will go first. There. Technically, you will act simultaneously, but Hevelar can declare first. Let me make sure I got this all right here. And let me slide in my greasy boys here. Okay. As is their name, by the way, officially Greasy Boys.
Mm-hmm. With an eye. Boys.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
With an eye, yes, with an eye, for sure.
All right. You notice as this thing comes up and begins mumbling nonsense here out at all of you, you notice everything around it starts to like warp and distort. Like reality itself doesn't want this thing around. And you see the ground of the floor begins to like warp and quake all around it here. And it is... Melf is going to go first. However, I need to double check something before that happens. Yes, Melf. First thing I need you to do is give me a strength save. I will tell you now, all of you are going to have to make a strength save and a wisdom save. I only need it from Melf right now, but if you want to roll it and make a note of it, that is fine. Because the first two things you're going to have to do at the start of every turn.
Not so good in 11.
That is bad and bad. Melf, as the floor shifts and creaks underneath you, it is difficult to kind of get your bearings on this, and your speed drops to 0. And the madness of this mouthing starts to just echo through your mind. Roll a D8 for me. If you don't have one handy, I do. But
I have one handy.
Mm-hmm.
4. A 4.
You stand stunned, Melf, doing nothing in reaction to the that is coming out of this creature. You all see Melf draws his weapon, ready to fight, and just stops as this thing babbles nonsensically. Viper, same thing. Give me strength and then give me wisdom.
15 and 12.
The 15 is enough that your movement doesn't stop. However, the 12 is not enough to stop the gibber. You also roll a D8 for me.
All right, we got a 2.
You also are stunned in place and do nothing. Same thing. You see as the ground begins to shift, Viper very dexterously seems like she's going to draw her weapon and freezes. It is the Mouther's turn. Again, the rest of you hold on to that for me. You see it looks at Melf, and you see one of its, hang on, let me just double check, make sure what it does to you. Melf, you see it looks at you and you hear it kind of go and you see it spits a glob of something in Melf's direction. Give me a dex save.
All right.
You have no penalties to this, despite it having messed with your mind.
I just have the penalty of the dice rolling.
that I can do nothing about.
Yeah. And 11.
That is not enough, Melf. You see the glob explodes in Melf's face, like spraying this like greenish glowing bile all over him, and you are blinded, Melf, until the end of the Mouther's next turn.
And I only have one eye, so this is very good.
That is true. Yeah, you all see Melf is blinded. And that is actually it for the Mouther. That is all it is going to do. But you all hear in the midst of all of this like mumbling, you definitely think you make out what sounds like laughter. It's just like it is Havilar's turn. Technically Havilar and Baloth act simultaneously, but Havilar will declare first. Oh, yes. First thing, strength and then wisdom.
Oh, right. My strength was 25 and my wisdom was 17.
You, Havilar, are able to shake off both. Maybe it's you've just spent enough time around imps that don't shut up that you're a little better at compartmentalizing.
She's just like singing a little. She's got Ariza's song from earlier still stuck in her head. She's like singing that sea shanty. She's not even registered the gibbering.
You were able to act normally.
So she's gonna run up and attack with the glaive. Come on, don't do that behind there. Oh, that's good. Okay, so it's sorry, I have to roll the d6, sorry, but it's a 29 plus whatever the d6 is.
That is enough to hit it. Yep.
Okay. And then I'll roll it again. I'll do the second one again.
Yep.
That one's 26.
That is also enough to hit it.
Okay. Does the 6 go with the damage too?
It didn't, but it can now because why not? No, it is just your d20s. It's just your d20s.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 22 damage. And then she's sliding that through the gooey, greasy mess twice, and then she's gonna use the polearm master to hit it backwards.
Roll it.
That one's 24.
That is also enough to hit it.
Okay. So that one is 6 bludgeoning.
Okay. So was that 28 total? That first 22 was for both hits?
Yeah, 22 total. 28 total.
Perfect. All right, Baloth.
Strength save
Yep.
Strength save is 7, I'm afraid.
That again, your speed drops to 0 as you're just trying to stay on your feet here.
And wisdom save is an 18.
That is enough for you to be free from the gibbering effects, though. Again, you're used to having to perform with thunderous applause from the audience, Baloth. Like it takes more than that to throw off your mental game.
Baloth looks at the Mouther and says, "I'm used to hecklers, fella," and fires a lightning bolt. We're going to upcast this at 4th level.
Perfect. What's the save it needs to make?
A DC 19 save.
That's
dexterity.
All right. Let's see. It does not make the save, though. Narrowly, you see it does try and move out of the way, but it is not quite fast enough. Let me double... Oh, no, I take that back. It makes it exactly. You see, it just sort of like splits right in the middle, like in a way that doesn't make any sense. Although the bolt does burn it still partially for half damage.
Very well. So that will be a grand total of 39 halved, so 19 points of damage.
19 points of damage. Perfect. You all hear this thing turns and looks and goes, and out of the chest, a second head pops up and goes, and lunges forward and attempts to bite you, Baloth. What is your AC?
It is 18, but I do have a shield as a reaction if necessary.
I do not.
Well, I think it's necessary.
What did you roll?
It is going to hit you. If you deploy the shield, it will not. Otherwise, it will.
I will definitely deploy that shield then from my staff of defense.
What does your shield look like when it comes up, by the way?
As he's casting it from his staff, which, thanks to Najim's magic, no longer looks like a carved skull, but instead a sort of writhing mass of tentacles. So when, what kind of attack was it that was coming
Bite.
at me?
It went to bite with with its biggest mouth, and all the its smaller mouths are trying to nibble also. Yeah.
So as these mouths come in, each of the tentacles in the staff comes in and sort of does like a Three Stooges thing and sort of slaps each mouth on the side of, on each cheek. And they all sort of they retract as the as the attack retreats.
Perfect. Because I am not a monster, I will not make you make double saves against two mouthers. But Ariza, first give me strength to see if you can move, and then wisdom to see if you can act.
4 and 7.
Neither. So give me a D8, Ariza. This is awful. These things are awful. They are ugly. They are stinky. Their noise is horrific. This is kind of the worst day, Ariza. Roll a D8 for me.
Oh, that's a 10. That's an 8.
That means you will make a melee attack against a randomly targeted individual. Now, I know who is who. Roll a 1d6 for me.
A 5.
That is going to be a random attack on Melf, who, being blinded, you have advantage against.
Oh, no.
So roll a melee attack against Melf.
All I can
the
hear
good news is
Benny
he won't
Hill
see it
music
coming.
right now. Just Benny Hill music.
That's true. But instead, it's like.
So I am going. I am going to use my melee weapon.
You're welcome, Internet. Yes.
So I will pull my quarterstaff.
You do have advantage because he is blind.
Okay, so first one's 13. This is a
Blinded
so 17.
Was 17 enough? Melf?
That's exactly enough because, yeah, for sure. And blinded. Come on.
Yep.
He's got me.
Crack him solid. For how much damage?
6 points of damage.
You all see Ariza very much kind of winces for a second and then just turns and looks at Melf and just cracks him. But that does bring us back to the top with so every round, now that you've seen this, you have to roll 1, can you even move? 2, can you even act? So same thing. You all can re-roll, so you can give it to me at the time. Is strength and wisdom. Gotta do both. But Melf, it is back to you. You are still blind until the end of its turn, though, by the way. I know. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Okay. So my original thought was I would cast Avard's Black Tentacles in an area where I saw it initially. So I cannot see now. Well, can I picture that in my mind?
Does Evard's Black Tentacle say you can cast it on a target you can see, or does it just say you do it? Because some do and some don't. I would just like also the record to show there's been a surprisingly low amount of acid arrows or minute meteors for Melf to be here. I'm just putting that out there.
I know, but if I can't see, it's really hard to do the mighty meteors.
Again, what kind of monster would take away?
No, I know. Believe me. The meteors were going to happen, but
yeah, it was me. Yeah.
It's just a 20-foot area. So just as long as I know where that person was,
Yeah.
I could cast it in an area.
Then
So,
I would say you could drop your black tentacles on the two mouthers and not your friends here.
yeah.
You know what?
That's
You know what? You
what
know
I'd
what?
like to do.
Hang on a second. Let's see.
Okay.
Can you do well? Because I'll let you all decide. We're gonna let fate decide. Because again, you guys are heroes. Since it's friendly fire, I will give you all advantages on the save to dodge the black tentacles. But if you drop it in this room, because it's only 20 feet total, so everybody will get caught
I'm
in
blinded.
it.
I'm
That's
blinded.
true.
So.
You don't know. So if you drop them,
I'm doing my best guess, man. I'm pretty smart, but stuff happens.
I love it.
Honestly, I appreciate the chaotic energy, and I'm here for it.
All right, but all of you will get it's Dex, correct, against black tentacles.
Dex 17. Yeah.
But
Dex 17.
you all have advantage on this save to
Okay.
try and dodge it.
The save is 17.
One of the mouthers makes it,
thank you.
one doesn't. All of you, yeah, that's Ariza, Baloth, Havilar, everybody. The
18.
Dex with advantage. Yep.
18 is good.
Mm-hmm.
23.
My first roll.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I'm so glad for that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You are muted there, Baloth.
Oh, sorry, I rolled a 20 with my first one, so I've already made it.
Perfect. Ariza. You are muted, ma'am.
That's the wisdom or the dex?
This is
Dex.
This is to escape Melf's black tentacles because he doesn't know where you are.
11.
You know, this actually works out very poetically because Ariza, you turn around and like crack, hit him, and then out of the ground, these tentacles come. One of which wraps up Ariza while wrapping up one of the mouthers. So, what does black tentacles do? Because
They do 3d8 bludgeoning damage if you're there, and if they
Mhm.
yeah. So okay, hold on.
Did you roll that with advantage, Ariza?
I didn't hit you on purpose. I hit you
Yeah.
on principle.
He didn't hit you on
You
purpose
take-
either. Well,
If
hey,
you fail your save, you're restrained
One-
and take 3d8 damage.
one quick thing, Ariza, was that even with your advantage? You just got 11.
No. I got 16 with advantage.
That is still not enough, though. So okay, the
So she's
Rude.
restrained and takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage from the tentacles.
roll the 3d8, and yes, you will be restrained, Ariza.
Gross.
Just for my own knowledge, Melf, there. Well,
11.
Actually, no, I got it. Okay. The first one, the one that seems like it's already been harmed, seems like it has evaded this, but the second one seems like it is wrapped up in a black tentacle. Okay. Was that it for you, Melf?
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
All right. Viper.
I got a 19 for strength and a 15 for wisdom.
That is enough for both. You can move and act normally.
Excellent. I mean, wonderful. I am going to focus on getting out of dodge. I am going to take a wholehearted swipe with my rapier and sneak attack this guy.
So I will say, one
wait.
of them has already been harmed, but the other one is restrained, and you would have advantage to land your sneak attack. Yes, Ariza.
Would it be a get out of dodge viper?
It
So,
is now.
Again, thank
The
you
car
all.
is
No, hold on, wait, no, stop
Sure.
it. I'm taking us back to intermission. How dare you? No, I really. Okay, now we're back. Reset.
I'm going to. Okay, I'm gonna let you finish.
No.
Okay, so one is one
sorry.
is hurt and then the other one is
The other one has been more harmed, but the other one is restrained and therefore easier to hit.
Okay, I'm going to okay, I'll go ahead and take the safe choice and go for the restrained one because Viper will grab the low-hanging fruit.
Perfect. Then you
Yeah.
roll with advantage.
I rolled an 18 on the first one. Do I need to roll again?
That is enough to hit it.
Okay. So with that,
And that would
I-
do your sneak attack damage. Yep.
15.
All right, 15 total.
Yes.
All right. And anything else?
Yes, my bonus action, I absolutely want to get away from this thing and its little, like, I don't know, like weird trippy area. And I want to get away from that.
You would need to leave this room because it's basically 20 feet essentially. Like, so this whole room is so essentially to get away from that effect is to get away from fighting this thing.
Okay, what's up?
Nothing. What's up with you? Yeah, there are ropes and cables. You know what? I take back my criticism, Krystina, because you die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain, you know? Yeah, we've established this being a sailmaker shop. There's rigging. There's, let's see how high the ceilings are in here. It's 11-foot ceilings. So you would be able to get away from the terrain effect, but you would not be able to get away from the gibbering if you went up. If you went to swash, buckle, buckle.
Yeah, I'll take the halvesies and I will get up, jumping on a rope and scurrying up the entire time going, nope, 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 up the rope, nope, nope. And I go ahead and I get up there and I plant myself on the rafters.
Literally a nope rope. Perfect. All right. It is now the Mouther's turn again. It does not get its blinding spittle back. However, there is a big juicy Melf there still waiting for it. It's a dirty 20, so I think that's enough to hit, right?
It is, unfortunately.
Oh, actually, it's got advantage. Hold on a second. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
The second one was a 1, so good.
Okay.
Give me
that would have missed.
Give me a strength save, Melf.
All right, I will do. A 14.
You all see it crunches into Melf's leg and knocks him to the ground, and you see it starts going, and you see Melf's leg like start to disappear into its mouth. So you are knocked prone, and it has begun eating you, Melf. But its bite only does, hang on.
60 points.
It was like 1 million damage, 15 points of damage.
Well, that still sucks. That's not very good.
Also, for those of you playing,
tickle.
those of you playing the home game, I realize the numbers I'm giving are not the exact gibbering mouther stat block because that's like a CR3 monster, and our heroes are CR9. So I've adjusted accordingly.
Yes, this has been a joke.
Yeah. Yes, you all see it seems like it is actively attempting to consume Melf. But that is it for its turn. And Havilar, it's best. So same thing. Give me strength and wisdom.
Strength is 30, but wisdom is 13.
That is not enough. You can move, but you cannot act. So roll a d8. I'm having way too much fun with that. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's like it's making me happy, and it's like up there with my mind flayer noise.
3.
3. Same thing. You stand there stunned, not doing anything. It's like you see Havilar like rears back with her glaive and just sort of like her eyes go wide for a second and does nothing.
It's very disconcerting. Understand.
Baloth, it is your turn. You are muted, good sir.
Ooh, very well. Let's see. Okay, even though this is a sort of a beefed up gibbering mouther, I'm hoping that it's operating on the same sight-based principles as a normal one, in that it only babbles when it can see stuff. So I'm going to cast a darkness spell over the mouther, and I'll leave Melf out of, just so he's not plunged into darkness in addition to being eaten and blinded and whatnot. I'll try to center it on and place it so that it just catches the mouther.
Well, what's the radius of the darkness? Because same thing, you're only in a 20-foot room, so
it's 15-foot radius, so I could leave some of the room.
Okay, you could leave some of the edges. Well, it's got Melf in its mouth, so you're not going to be able to catch it and not him. But I will say you could spare yourself. You can spare yourself, Ariza, and Viper from where you are. Havilar's right next to it, and Melf is in its mouth. So the two of them will get dunked into darkness. And theoretically, the mouthers as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try that to see if it stops the gibbering.
Is there a save for that?
For darkness? I don't think so.
I think it just is what it is, right?
It just happens. There's suddenly darkness there.
Perfect.
And also, Baloth will use his move to back up basically into the doorway of the room so that he still has a line of sight, but maybe that he does not suffer any attacks.
You all see the room is just plunged into inky blackness, but you hear that it does stop.
Okay. That's helpful.
Maybe it stopped because its mouth was full, because it had a bad case of Melf mouth.
Melf mouth.
He says to no one from the rafters.
It's just, it's not that. That's not why it stops mouthing. Anything else for Baloth as you kind of move? But so again, you do kind of have like 5 foot on the edge. To the rest of you, it is now just like a wall of darkness. And I would say you hear Melf kind of like scuffling with this thing. Also, Melf, your blindness ended at the end of its turn. So you can see, you could see, but now you're in magical.
I see it eating me. I'm like, this is horrible.
Right.
And then you can't see that anymore. And, I was just trying to spare you the sight of yourself being consumed.
That's true.
Yeah.
Really consider it.
Your good friend Baloth
It is.
still
It's
helping
really,
you out.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
As a bonus action, I probably actually, because it's a large-sized creature, I don't have the room to summon my Hound of Ill Omen, do I?
You do not have room to summon it in here.
Okay. Perhaps later, Marmaduke. For now, yeah, as I say, backing up out of the room, but so that I can still shoot through the doorway.
Perfect. Let's see.
Just as a note, these birds' black tentacles are still there.
Yeah, well, because we haven't resolved your turn yet, right? Or did we? Oh no, because you just cast it. So this is it is restrained by your black tentacles. Correct. However, it can reach Havilar, but because it is biting blind, it misses wildly. However, Havilar, you very much can hear the like and the like snapping of multiple mouths near you, although it misses you completely. Ariza, you are at the edge of the darkness. Again, it is just like a wall of blackness that you kind of can just hear like the grunts of Melf struggling inside and the like, but the gibbering has halted.
Well, I could say hello to my old friend, the darkness. But I have from that I just rolled this a minute ago, a 21 and an 11. Am I still doing that whole thing?
No, because currently, if you try and get close to it, it doesn't just look like the ground is unstable. It actually is. It warps reality. But from this distance, you were good with both. However,
but I'm still restrained, yeah?
Oh, yeah, you're restrained. You didn't go anywhere. You're in the tentacles. That's true. So the what was the first one? Sorry.
It was a 21.
Oh, actually, I guess it kind of doesn't matter. Your speed is 0 because you're restrained. So, yes, you are restrained. You are in the magical darkness. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding,
yeah. But it is not gibbering, so you don't have any of those restrictions.
This is uncomfortable.
Are there multiple saves against black tentacles, or once you're in it, are you in it?
Anytime you go, when you enter the zone, yes,
right. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Then you are in fact restrained and blacked out.
Just to be clear, I'm safely out of the range of the black tentacles.
Yeah, so only Black Viper and Baloth are out of it. I lost track of the fact that Ariza was restrained, so she couldn't get away from it. Yeah. Okay. So the rest of them are in it. You two are out of it. But it is your turn, Ariza.
Well, can I attempt to get out of it?
Slap the tentacles.
Or am I like stuck with the thing? I need to know these things because I could.
Let me read Black
if you make
Tentacles.
a strength or dexterity check against my spell save DC of 17, you'll be okay.
All right, hold on. Let's see here. Let me see if that takes your action, though. Yeah, you will, but you can only do that. You can do strength or dex to try and escape, but it is your action.
It's right.
Mm-hmm. So yes, you can try and elude the black tentacles. And since you rolled high enough, you would be free from the warping reality effect as well.
Okay, so I'm going to do my... Why do you pick the ones with the crappiest modifiers?
I did it on purpose.
Well, we'll just go ahead and take this 12.
You fight and struggle and twist, but it's the black tentacles are relentless. However, you still can do a bonus action if you have anything. After this, we'll be back around to the top with Melf.
Oh, as a bonus action, who's after me? Not Melf.
We'll be back around to the top with Melf. Like you're the last in initiative.
Well, you get nothing. I already hit you, and then you put me in tentacles. You think I'm actually going to do something that would be worthwhile and helpful to you? Then you've absolutely mistaken. Because I find myself sitting here. We're in the middle of a battle, and you come at me. I didn't come at you because I needed to. It was because there was some malevolent force. But now I'm stuck inside of here, and all I can do is complain instead of doing things. But you know what? I feel super generous. So, you know what, Viper, have some bardic inspiration. And I'm going to grant bardic inspiration to the black.
I'm sitting here like I have taken that bonus action in real life so many times.
Bonus action to complain.
I have something I can't. I got something to say.
Yep, that is true.
Right. Bonus action. This is some junk.
Yeah, STFU is a free action, but complaining is in fact a bonus action. Or is it a reaction? If we're being honest, is complaining not a reaction?
We'll just say that she's down there saying it, and I'm just up in the rafters, but I'm really vibing with it. I'm like, I know, right, girl, right.
Is that a D6 or D8 inspiration, by the way, Ariza?
All right, and she's going to get a D8.
Excellent. Then we are back around the top with you, Melf. This thing has locked on to your leg, and you are currently prone.
All right, so, I mean, if I can cast, I will cast.
It's the same thing. You can't see, not because you were blind, but because of the darkness. So as long as
I think a thunder wave would still work.
Yes, Thunderwave would work, but theoretically, Havilar and Ariza are in range as well as both Mouthers.
But if I can't see, I wouldn't know that. In all fairness, so I'd still cast. I'm going to cast it at 4th level, which is 5d8.
Good.
And it's in a 15-foot cube. Because that's what I would do. I'm trying to get this thing off of me.
Here to make friends.
Yeah,
I'm for all of this. You guys,
it's not. It's a con save of 17.
Con 17, Ariza, and the Mouthers will roll it as well.
I have never been so happy to nope out.
The good news is, again, one of the Mouthers made it and one didn't. So we're going to do half damage to one and full to the other.
Good, 22.
22.
All right, so it looks like we did, not very well. 19 points or 9, I guess.
Ariza, what was that on the con save?
I would just like it to be known that my name is Ariza. I am the diva with the diva that I never hear. And I've never been treated with such blatant disrespect and treated so awfully as a true VIP of the realms. But you know what? I got an 18, Mel. What you got?
That's great. I'm happy for you.
However, because I am terrible, that thunder wave goes out in all directions and you hear the floor goes and you all that are in the darkness drop. Those of you that are outside do not see this. You all fall about 5 feet and hit the ground with both Mouthers falling with you. And you see over in the corner, there is a ladder that goes down into the earth. further down underneath here. However, the moment you all leave the darkness, and you all of you hear the gibbering again, because it can see its enemies. However, it is your turn, Viper. So again, to you all that are not in the darkness, you just heard boom, but cannot see anything because it is still dark for you all.
Are we still within range of the effect of the, or did they fall far enough that we're out of the magical?
You would be
range?
within range because they only fell about 5 feet. Like, you guys don't take any falling damage or anything. It's just, you just like blew out the floor essentially and fell straight down.
Point of order. The darkness is a 15-foot radius.
You win this round, Meer. You win this round.
Whew, okay.
If I were a lesser man, I'd be like, fall 10 feet, you know, but no,
Right.
no.
You fall 6.
I'm like,
6 feet.
I said what I said. You stay within the darkness. That means you don't see the ladder, but the gibbering does not restart. However, Melf absolutely busts open the floor, and you all feel yourself fall a certain distance and then hit the bottom. Those of you that are not in the darkness, you hear it, but you don't know what's going on in there. But Viper, it is your turn.
Really quick, I'm going to make eye contact with Baloth and just say, like, that's some bullshit. So Orisa is not in the darkness, right?
Orisa is in the darkness. She was in the black tentacles. I guess theoretically she hasn't moved though, because the black tentacles are just there holding her. So I mean, at the risk of being overly meta, the black tentacles has one Mouther and one Orisa holding them. Everybody else fell, but you can't see that. Outside of the darkness, you don't know that.
Okay, so like even where she was held, she was still in the darkness. Not a whole lot I can do.
This is why we're enchanted stain-free fabric.
I wish you weren't cutting out when you said that.
That's why she wears enchanted stain-free fabric.
That wasn't what I was looking for, but yes.
You're like Marco Polo rapier. Yeah, right.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Black Viper?
Okay. This is what I would like to do. I figure from where I'm at in the rafters, I have tons of like ropes and pulleys and everything. And I feel like I before the darkness, man, I'm trying to remember. I knew where Orisa was.
You would have seen her in the black tentacle before the darkness went off. Yes.
Yeah. So I kind of know where she is. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of the rope and tie it around like a part of the rafters, you know, do like the whole boot stomp. And I am going to try to and throw the rope to Orisa, hoping that it will hit her and she will understand that and she will grab it and I can get her out of there.
We're going to do two things here. If I'm going to give you athletics, I'm going to give you opposed athletics, even though you're trying to help. She doesn't know this. So first, let's see if she can even catch it. If she catches it, you'll have advantage to try and pull yourself out, Orisa. But don't say it out loud yet. Both of you just roll. I just want to know that you got the roll before we say it. If Black Viper wins, this works. If Orisa wins, it does not. So just get the athletics. Don't tell me what it is yet. Are you ready with it, Orisa? Well,
okay.
Right.
I am going to
gonna cash in that advantage. We don't got a lot of show left.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that because I only got an 11.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna roll it one more time.
All right.
Much better. I rolled a 19.
So is that 19 total, including your skill bonus or whatever?
Athletics on a rogue.
All right, 19. What'd you get there, Orisa?
23.
That's not good for you.
Not good. It's not good.
So this rope comes like whistling through the air, and you hear it, Orisa, and definitely get out of the way of this rope that goes flying past your head. There. Yeah. You did a dodge. Yay.
Is it too late to add my bardic inspiration to that? Because I am inspired by her rant to hit her with it.
I will let you add the bardic inspiration. You need 5 or more.
What was it?
You need 4 or more. You need it was an 8. You need 4 or more because ties go to the active person. So you need 4 or more.
I'm so scared to hit this button.
I believe in you.
You can do it. You can do it.
Oh.
Nope. Nope. The rope just like although
Dodge Viper.
Melf, give me athletics with a disadvantage.
Athletics, so roll 2d20. Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna roll it. Okay, so 13 was my low, and athletics is a +5, so 18.
Melf, while you're kind of like fumbling here in the darkness, a length of rope just like whips out, just hits you in the face, just from the rafters. So you have access to a length of rope now because you guys fell some distance here.
So, the Viper is throwing out nope ropes.
Literally. Oh no, who'd we lose? What happened?
Oh no.
That's Krystina.
We lost the wild Krystina. Hang on. I learned this lesson. Well, I'm just gonna do this right here.
I hit her with the rope too hard.
That is true.
Knocked her into another dimension.
This close to the end, I'm not even going to bother trying to resize it because I will mess up everything. I know I will. I'm sure she'll be back in just a second, as all the rest of us. If any of us drop, we'll be back in just a second here.
We can come back, even if we have to drive.
That's true. That's commitment. That is commitment. So sorry that it went wonky there for a second. Again, y'all, I'm telling you, the time it took me to fix it, she'd already be back. So, that is, so now we're back to the mouth there. However, unfortunately, Melf, it has rolled.
It should be a little ways away from me, by the way, just so you know.
No, it fell with you. One is black tentacled, and the other is right there with you. I will say, fair is fair, and it's got disadvantage because it can't see you, so it very narrowly would have had a natural 20 there. However, so you evaded a natural 20 from the darkness, so your friend Baloth has helped you in that respect.
Thank you, Baloth.
However, it does still land just its normal bite, so it is going to chomp on this same leg, which you feel sliding more and more into its mouth, by the way.
This is a terrible feeling, yeah.
Yeah, for 15 points of damage, as you are quite clear that it is trying to like.
That brings you down to 39. That is not pleasant.
And that is it for its turn.
Oh, sorry, 29. 29.
Yep.
29.
Still trying to chew on to eat the mighty Melf. Havilar, it is your turn.
Okay. So she's still in the darkness. She is going to try and chop the one that's eating Melf.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
So
I'm gonna wallop you when I get you out.
I do need a strength check because technically
right.
you're close enough that is. Although honestly, if you're close enough that you could melee it either way, especially because you have a reach weapon. So roll it because whether or not you can move and whether or not you choose to move are two different things.
17.
That is enough for you to be able to move.
Okay. So I am going to use precision attack and also my great weapon master feat. And hopefully those will cancel each other out. And then there's also the disadvantage. So I'm just going to do some math here real quick.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to do something I deeply regret, and I am going to modify this window here to, there we go, where we can at least see Mark and Luke now. And when she comes back, I'll fix it quick, but at least we can see your faces. You guys are kind of like extreme in your windows here, but it's again, don't want to miss extreme windows. Oh, wait, did something happen? Oh, there we go.
There she is. All right.
So hang on, let me but yeah, go ahead and do your math. And next up, Baloth, it is you, by the way, if you want to start preparing whatever you're going to do.
14. Oh wait. Not a 14. Oh, dang it. It's a 9. I did really bad. So the first attack is a 9.
Okay.
I'm assuming it doesn't hit, but Maybe that's not wrong assumption because
Oh.
it's a big squishy blob.
Everybody's in completely wrong places because of course you are. You know what, y'all? We're gonna roll with
Sorry.
it. Y'all know who they are by this point. It's not worth the 8 minutes it's gonna take me to fix. We know who's who.
It may say the Black Viper, but you know.
You know what? Here, there you go. Let's just I'll keep it simple. There we go. See now there's no confusion. So how many points was that? Sorry.
It was 14 to hit.
14 is not enough to hit it.
Dang it.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm gonna try it again.
Mm-hmm.
Even though this is a lot more math than I
We just
spare.
roll with disadvantage. Mm-hmm. I believe in you.
No, it's because I have to roll. I roll with disadvantage, but I'm adding. I add the d6, and then I have to also add my precision dice.
I believe in you. In Baloth, you can be up next.
And then it might not matter because I roll crap. Yeah, this one doesn't hit. Okay, so then I will just do the bonus action, the blunt end.
Attack with the butt of the weapon. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I love in the end the formation animation here. Everybody's like so into it and like super ready to throw down, and then like but Ariza's so mellow. Yep.
I rolled a natural 20, but it doesn't matter because the first one was a 10.
It's a disadvantage. Havilar, you just like.
No, wait, I get it. Oh, it's 11. I didn't do it.
Havilar, you swing, and it's just not there.
And it's the great weapon, so she's like, ah, like slamming it down and just beating the hell out of those broken boards.
Yep, you just keep. You hear Melf grunting like as the fighting with this thing. You know they're nearby, but you can't find it. Havilar, Baloth, you.
At least I didn't hit Elf.
Curses. Baloth, you are again outside the darkness, so you're not blinded by your own darkness, right? Or are you?
I don't think you are.
You are muted, sir.
I cast it using Eyes of the Dark. I'm a shadow sorcerer, so I believe I can see through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Then no, you're still good. You're still good to be able to see.
So I can just target it then with, say, another lightning bolt at 4th level.
So yeah, then you're completely aware of what's happening here. Ariza in the black tentacles, one of the mouthers in the black tentacles, the floor having been blown away and them having fallen, and Havilar swinging wildly, trying to hit this mouther that is in the process of trying to eat Melf's leg.
Okay, I'm going to, another upcast 4th level lightning bolt. So that'll be a DC 19 save for this. Would it be at disadvantage?
It would, because it doesn't know it's coming, and it very much fails the save.
Very well. Okay, so it takes quite a bit of damage, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm. May the fates be kind.
It takes 37 points of damage.
You... And you definitely feel a little bit of a jolt, Melf, as this thing goes up. But it's
oh, and actually, I'm going to spend meta magic in order to hit both of those creatures with this.
You're going to twin it?
I'm going to twin it.
All right. Let me see. The other one fails its save as well. It's like got like triple disadvantage because it's restrained and can't see it coming. So yeah, you hit the other one as well. The first one takes it right in the chest, such as it is, and just slides down and does not let go of your leg, Melf. You just see one of its eyes just still looks at you, and it's like, and slumps over dead.
Good.
How much was the damage? Was that, by the way? We'll roll the damage on the second bolt because it does hit, but it's a separate damage.
Okay, sure thing. Hold on. So that was a 4th level cast, so that's 96.
96. I love it.
Did that come up? That's weird. Oh, here we go. Now it has finally come up. It is 30 points of damage.
30 points of damage. You blow a big chunk out of the other one, although it had not taken as much damage as the other one. Although it is now its turn, but being blinded, and it's just going to try and get out if it can. What was the number that it needed to be? What was your save DC to escape the black tentacles, Melf?
17. Dex.
Let me just do. It does not get out. It writhes and thrashes, but it is very much still trapped in place, being held by this black tentacle. And it babbles more to itself gently than its incoherent gibbering, because it is still plunged in magical darkness. Ariza, back to you. Blind and restrained.
Well, what can I do? What can I do?
Crush it mercilessly.
Ooh, could I like sentient in any way? Like feels pain, goes away.
You can give me just a pure intelligence check real quick. Ariza's been around the world. Let's just see if this is something she would know.
Well, she has been around the world, and I
can't find my mouther. Yeah, in a legally distinct way.
All right, so
did I tell you guys my legally distinct acoustic spanner story? Like I told somebody that, like, but did I say that on this stream?
Mm-mm.
It was
Champions of Lore.
It was champion about a month ago now. I was playing a game and somebody had to fashion a tool, and I said, "You fashion a legally distinct acoustic spanner," and that was the gag. Every time we kept referring to it as a legally distinct acoustic spanner. Turns out the head of licensing for Doctor Who was literally in chat, just completely random. That person in the whole world was watching the stream when I kept saying legally distinct acoustic spanner. So you never know, kids. You never know. Be careful. Okay.
Lisa
I don't know
Stansfield
if
could
you
have
rolled
been
a
there.
20 or you rolled a 1 for that. Like
Porque no los dos. That's true. Lisa Stansfield, shout out. You know, in a legally distinct way. Yes, Ariza.
Just so you know, that was the first CD I purchased was Lisa Stansfield. That album.
Mine was the Jimi Hendrix Experience.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
So, I would claim that's actually a better choice than.
I mean, that's a bomb album, though, man.
It is. It's really good.
But yes, Ariza, what would you like to do?
Well, I will tell you that I have a 19, but also that I bought the Raven Simone Cheers to New Dreams album when I was like 6 years old.
Wow.
But,
First
Yeah,
concert
19.
ever went to was Hall & Oates. 19 to do what?
Oh,
man?
gee, dude, Hall & Oates, that's respect.
Yeah, man. To do 19 to do what, man?
well, you said to roll to see if the intelligence check to see if they actually.
Sorry. I forgot. Yes, you're answering a question I asked you.
Oh, I'm sorry, DM. Do I need to do your job and mine too?
I mean, I'm sure your back is sore from having carried me this far. Yes, that is true. You are aware these creatures are aberrations, so the way they think and process reality doesn't make sense. They're from another place. So things like emotions and fear and love and pain, it all kind of goes out the window. Like, the reason why it's warping reality, it literally shouldn't be here.
same.
Not even supposed to be here today. Yes.
So I would like, since they do have me bound and I don't really truly have another way to go about this, I would like to cast Inflict Wounds at the 4th level.
Do you need to attack or does it need to save? I think you have to attack, right?
I get to touch it.
Yeah.
It's a touch, yeah. 20, and I rolled a 25.
But
that
remember,
sounds
this was
really
disadvantage because you can't see it. I will say you're close enough to touch it because you're both in the black tentacles, but you cannot see it, so it'd be disadvantage.
Oh, okay. With disadvantage, 23.
That is enough to reach out and touch it. Then all right, roll the damage.
Your damage.
Don't get mad at me that your homie black tentacled you. I didn't do that.
You
He
did.
Hey, I can't
Attack
see.
me.
I just threw a black tentacle. Come on.
But you know what? You can get these 41 points of damage.
Oh,
As
yeah.
You reach out and touch it. Describe to me how this horrible thing dies, Ariza, as you reach out and touch it.
You know, I have a really big thing about people touching me and getting in my personal space. It's really bothersome. I understand that you can't talk, so I'm going to talk to you and for you. You should really just get off me. And I'm going to like start to kind of like my hands vibrate and like bust it off. The busted challenge, but for plants.
Ugh, that makes it worse. It's worse now.
Don't do that noise. Don't talk back to me.
And it begins to disintegrate immediately into piles of just like fleshy goo that stinks to high hell as it just starts to evaporate. And you are aware of this, Baloth, if you wish to drop your darkness.
Yeah, as soon as we're out of combat, I dispel the darkness.
You all see Melf laying at the bottom of this hole in a pile of this goo with a pretty gnarly wound to his leg. Havilar, you realize you were facing the exact opposite direction. That's why you couldn't hit it. Like, they're over there, but you were over here.
But like in front of her is a big like dent, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Smashed big hole in the wall.
Best dent.
I'm sorry about that, Havilar. I thought it best to stop that racket.
I definitely appreciated that part.
However, Melf
It could use some healing.
Ooh, that's
Ew.
gonna sting. You're gonna feel that in the morning.
Do you release the black tentacles to let Arisha down?
Yeah, I can release. I can dispel it.
Havilar, what you did accomplish, though, is you noticed you smashed through a trapdoor that was hidden down in the floor. Now that you guys can look around, you realize there was a small ladder that kind of led to just kind of like a larder area. Like you realize she probably put just like preserves down in the ground, you know, because they don't have refrigerators as such, but it's cool in the earth, which is what this was. However, in your swinging, you smash through some wooden boards where you see somebody has been working down here and added a lot more to that ladder that as you look down goes way deep down into a sea cave that looks like new construction. The short ladder looks very old and worn. The ladder that starts underneath that, though, looks brand new and descends down into the darkness.
Guys, I found a door. Well, it's a door now anyway.
And
Spooky cave.
Spooky cave. Weren't we supposed to go to a spooky cave?
Excuse me, Havilar, since I've been, of questionable use so far.
You came back.
Well, I sort of scouted ahead because I didn't want you to fall through this hole and die. There is some questionable stuff down there, but they're a ways off though. So I think if you were gonna sleep or some such, you might be able to get a siesta. I can stand. What happened to that guy's leg? Oh, he's cut down to the white meat. Ah!
I leap down from the rafters and I run over to Melf's side and kind of prop him up and be like, oh my God, Melfie, I am so, don't worry, we are going to patch you up. You're going to be totally fine. And unfortunately, because it's second nature and I don't even realize I did it, I have to pickpocket him.
Sleight of hand as you're hugging him to just slide for the coin purse. We are what we are, Black and Viper. We are what we are.
I'm very disappointed. I just want to say that.
It's not me.
I just want to say that Ariza is staring in cleric.
It's not me. It's that I have literally been watching chat for 3 hours, spam a hashtag pickpocket Melf for 3 hours, and I'm like, I just got to do it. I mean,
shame on you, chat. I'm very disappointed. Your parents would think very poorly of you. I just want you to know that.
We have been on the internet. We, for the record, did resolve all of the votes. The one thing that we did not resolve was how to open the chest. It was going to be force or skill. Black Viper had won with skill. Black Viper's the one that opened up the chest. So there you go. Now, I, being the consummate professional that I am, hopefully have the results of the vote here where I can see it. Let's see if I do. That is the wrong document. So here's the great thing about this, that they're we have this seamless system working in the back end of being able to transmit notes, to let me know things, to be able to talk to me in real time. And I was not there looking at it. So there you go. GG. However, I believe, do we have the winners of the second set of pack? We do. The winners of the Icons of the Realm Boneyards, which, of course, full disclosure, the mods had done their part. The one who hadn't. But our winners.
Don't admit that. Don't admit it.
You know, I'm man enough to admit when I fumble. I got a lot of plate spinning here, you know. Peter Susi, Steve Sinkarik, and Michael Brazel are our three winners. That is Peter Susi, Steve Sinkarik, and Michael Brazel. I apologize if I slaughtered all of your name pronunciations, but hopefully the mods have added you as well, so you'll know. Few more things. Again, Arija is available now in Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Like, as soon as we're done here, you can go and you can add Arija to your formation.
And why wouldn't you? I mean, I think I was trying to emphasize that.
Just again, like, I mean, look at all of us down there in our formation. We do look very formidable. There is the pirate Melf skin and feet are coming later this week, and the first vote for next week's episode will start in 2 minutes when we are done here. So, hey, we made it all the way through. You know, it's because that's all right. The fact that you all destroyed Umberlee's altar is not going to have any terrible negative repercussions next week whatsoever.
Why would it?
I will say you all will have
a nice quiet game.
I mean, you've come to the wrong place. And you all will have the opportunity to take a long rest between here and there.
I'm taking that right now.
So now that your order on the screen is all scrambled up, we will go just a completely random direction now in saying who you are, who you're playing, and where people can find you. And we will start with you, Luke, the one who inflicted more damage on the party than the chippering mouth.
No problem. It was a rough game, man. I'm telling you, those it was a tough time. I'm Luke Gygax. Thank you very much for watching this. I'm a special guest for the series. Got one more week to go. I'm really looking forward to it. And what a pleasure gaming with all of you guys. So really allow me to thank you for making this so much fun. GaryCon is coming up this month, 25th, 28th of March. You can buy badges and play tons of games by going to play.garycon.com, and I'd appreciate it. So please join us. We got like about 1,000 events, so we have a lot of games ready to play, and you will see several. In fact, many of these folks who are here today, and honestly, I'm just behind the 8 ball, but I would imagine you would see all of us playing it at GaryCon. On the streams as well. So at least I hope so. So please join us, have a good time, and for sure we're going to see B-Dave. So
it's true.
And Viv.
It's true. You can never get rid of us. Yeah.
And the rest of you are invited, so you'll have to say no if you don't come to GaryCon.
The rest of you buy a badge.
All the cool.
No, you won't have to buy a badge. I'm just going to invite you to play. But I am behind the 8 ball.
I'm just saying, cool kids are all playing at GaryCon. That's all I'm saying. Krystina. There's still time. He just invited you. We all heard it. It happened.
No,
for sure.
No.
1,000%.
I won't want to put you out. It's cool.
Oh yeah, I don't like her at all. I have no history with this lady, none whatsoever.
With your children.
I was gonna say you're the first person who interviewed Miriam. I will never forget that. You live forever. You have my eternal gratitude for being the first person to on the red carpet.
Still.
I have pictures still. Yes,
I have in my house of like interviewing your daughter for her first like as a Gygax interview. It was
I've
really
never
powerful.
forgotten that. That was amazing, and I thank you for that. That was so special. That will live on for me in my heart until I die.
I just appreciate that Luke is relentless. That he's like, I love you dearly, and you're a like vital member of our extended family. Also, you can get this Black Tentacles and Thunderwave.
Well, Black Tentacles, you know.
It bees like that. Krystina.
It does. They have a lot of love. They just want to hug.
Hi. My name's Krystina Arielle. I'm an actor and a host and a tabletop RPG player. I am also Ariza in the game Idle Champions, which you just saw me play. But you can also play as my character, Ariza, in the game. And I stepped away for a second because I wanted to show you that Ariza's gear will be posted, and you can have this, and also
I want that.
quarterstaff, which was made. Ariza's quarterstaff in the game was actually originally made by my husband, and the real thing is hanging up there, which is super cool. Anywho, you can also find me on the Twitters and on the Instagrams at Krystina Arielle, Krystina Arielle, and I have a new episode of Star Wars: The High Republic show coming out in a couple of weeks. And I have this, and then I will be on Bardic Inspiration tomorrow with Jason Charles Miller. And other than that, you can find me just posting pictures of stuff and saying really in-depth thoughts like Dodge Viper, because come on. It was,
I said I retract
more like
my
dodge
criticism.
the rope.
Yeah, no, I rescinded my criticism. It's true. It's valid. It's valid.
You can't. Also, if you played Ariza, it's also built into her character in Idle Champions that she tells terrible jokes and she's a bad juggler. It's who she is as a person, so play her anyway.
We are what we are. Erin of the Thousand Evans.
I'm Erin M Evans. I was playing Havilar. You can find me on Mondays on this channel at 11, doing Champions of Lore with B. Dave and Trevor Bettis, whose parrot namesake appears.
Travel.
And Wednesdays, 6:30 on twitch.tv/Dungeon Scrawlers. This week we are starting our season 2 adventure, promising to be chock full of more vampire gangsters and shenanigans.
That is highly relevant to my interests. Vivka.
Hello, I am Vivid Vivka. Vivid is a descriptor, not a name. I'm Vivka. But I was playing Black Viper, which is... she's also Esvele Rajnar, rogue of many sticky fingers and great head scritches. Let's see, I'm going to be starting a new 3-part episode this Saturday. Oh gosh, what was it called? You're in it too.
The road
It's the search for Gary Con. Or
It's like
search for Gaxmore. Search
for Gaxmore.
That's-
Yep.
on the march to Gary Con.
Exactly. We're going to do 3 episodes leading up to Gary Con. I'm going to be playing with the wonderful and immaculate man of many voices, B. Dave. We're going to be DM'd by Jason Charles Miller, which I'm super excited because I've never had him DM before. I am building a brand new character that I'm so excited about playing. But yeah, if please look me up on Twitter. My name is VIVIDVIVKA. And I'm on Twitter and TikTok all the time. And let's see. Oh, and also I commit to a bit. I rolled 30 to pickpocket Melf. We can do that later. I'm just letting you know I rolled 30 to pickpocket Melf.
I feel like you stole his underwear. Yeah.
I wouldn't go for that.
I mean... But didn't
maybe you would. I don't know.
Wait,
they are royal. They are royal underwear, though. Honestly, they are.
I feel like I could sell that on like the black market eBay. Okay, I'll take it.
I mean, I've been on the internet and it would work. So Melf, he's a hero. There's a collector out there. There's a collector.
I humbly present to chat Melf's underwear for you.
I went with all the
That's
Melf
what vending
descriptors.
machines are for.
Yeah, no, it was literally everything that came to me for Melf spells were all wrong answers as underwear descriptors. So we'll workshop it. We'll come back next week with an appropriate
I'm
name.
rolling.
That'll need some
smithing.
smithing.
And last but certainly not least, Mr. Mark Meer.
Hello, I'm Mark Meer. You can find me on Twitter, Mark_Meer, on Instagram, Mark Meer. I'm part of Stitch of Fate, a podcast by night, which is a Vampire the Masquerade podcast, which drops every Friday and can be found wherever you might find a podcast. I'm also available on Cameo for all your Mass Effect catchphrase related needs. And hey, is there a Mass Effect remaster coming out? Yes, there is in May. So, play that. That'll be good too. And I have to say that my favorite thing from chat this entire episode was it melfs in your mouth.
That might be
pretty
the
good.
underwear descriptor.
I didn't see that, but that is pretty rich.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All right, kudos to you. Tip of the hat.
Yes, whoever you were, poster. Question. I assume in our long rest we're going to be able to, we can recover hit dice and all that.
Yep.
So Melf, you probably want to do that, and then we'll do some healing too.
Yep.
You got really hurt.
Yep.
I got chewed up. I got chewed up quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing about gibbering mouthers. If they kill you like that, you become a part of the mouther. That's where the mouths and eyes all come from. They assimilate you.
Mhm.
So it would have been Melf's mouther. You know?
It would have been.
You guys have
It would have
escaped
been
me.
a mouth.
You escaped the were-shark and you escaped getting gibbered, you know? Like, who knows what you might have a chance to elude next time. Again, 2 chess codes, Luke's Acid Arrows and Mark's Deadly Drow, where the chess codes, again, bunch of stuff's available in Idle Champions. Go check it out. It's all incredible. My name is B. Dave Walters. I say words about things. You can find me wherever fine streaming content can be located. Again, Monday mornings, Trevor Bettis, Erin M Evans, and I do Champions of Lore on this fine channel at 11 Pacific. We have episode 3, which will be the last episode we will have with Luke and Black Viper next week. My only hint for you is... No, I'll go ahead and say it. There's a CR23 adversary waiting on you somewhere down in the caves, you know? So maybe be careful because you're level 9. Yeah, I said what I said, Aaron. I said what I said.
I have so many theories.
I don't like that you said that it was my last episode and then said that there was a CR23 like together.
It seemed dramatically appropriate to be like, this is the last time we're going to see 2 of you, and possibly because you get eaten. I'm just like, you know, they're not unrelated states. They're not unrelated.
I just want to let you know that I'm carrying the Spear of Zagging, so I can like planar travel like that.
No, just leaving like again, like Viper noped out, Melf being
I have no problem.
Yeah,
I have no problem leaving these sorry asses.
Just you know.
So you chose to stay and be eaten?
You live to fight another day. Melf.
I still had at least half my hit points, so I still had a little bit of I still a little bit of fight in me.
Mm-hmm.
But in all seriousness, what a pleasure! What an absolute pleasure to play with you guys. I mean, seriously, this is like a highlight of my week. And and the storytelling, B. Dave, by the way, really A+.
So much fun.
You know, I'm whatever. I've just enjoyed this so much, guys, that I can't thank you enough for participating in this with me, and for Idle Champions for not only allowing me to participate in this, but for supporting Gary Con and other efforts through this. So much fun. So thank you for watching. This is a blast. If you think it looks like fun, it is. It's super fun. I've had just a blast. Just a wonderful time. So
you know, I will dovetail with that. I know we're wrapping this up, and thank you all. But we're having our love in here. Yes, the Fleet's Wake Adventure is on Idle Champions right now, so you can play in game what it is they're all going through. The Unfair Seas PDF, I don't know if that's available yet. Maybe Dylan or one of the mods can say in chat, but this is a written adventure that is written for level 3 characters. I've had to jigger with it a little bit for level 9, but you can actually play this at home. Last but certainly not least, the people at Codename Entertainment are incredible. Clive and Eric and Dylan and literally everybody over there are just the best people to work with, and thank you so much for giving us the chance to have some fun and do what we do. So
yes, thank you to Codename Entertainment, 100%.
So here's the last question of the evening is, I theoretically have configured the stream deck to stop the stream effectively, so you're all about to find out when I do whether or not this works. So hopefully we're about to stop talking, and we will see you all back here next week, hopefully free from Umberly's wrath of tech snafus. All right, y'all. Bye-bye.